Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget, though.
Fat broads and horse-faced lesbians.
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, I'm not going to say anything because he's just going to play something else after the freaking...
Uh-oh.
Like that. Woo!
So, hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing?
Just a touch high.
A little bit.
Nice.
Just a little toasted.
Yep.
I should have done that. Like, what? What are you doing?
Is she yelling at Mandy?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't work like it does on TV.
No, I'm saying, why are we listening to Mandy stream?
How are you listening? How can you hear what I'm listening to?
I can hear it, brah. I can hear it.
All right, for one thing, let's have a discussion about something, Piper. We need to have an intervention.
What?
Just a small one.
I hasn't done nothing yet.
You did plenty today, and we need to talk about it.
Today?
Yep. You see this?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You know, this is the look somewhat of the new Batsuit. Yeah?
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. You know, not a big deal. I no comment on it, on the look of it, anything like that. I made a meme. I'm not wearing hockey pads. That was from Dark Knight. This looks like he's wearing hockey pads. That was the joke.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't need? I didn't need that. Because I know
people were doing to be fairs too.
I didn't need it to be fair.
Other people were doing it.
No, everybody was doing it. And I straightened them out pretty quickly, but I don't need you to tell me to be fair.
This sounds like you're like spurging out more than me.
Oh, I have. Okay, hold on. All right. You want to play that game? Okay. Oh, let's see. Tweets and replies. Let's see how many times Piper went and corrected people about the thing. Oh, here we go.
I never corrected people.
Yes,
I let them know.
Yeah. He
says, "What is this?" I said that.
Double. This is a stunt double model versus suit. Okay, there's one. Where's another one?
Yeah, he asked what it was.
You said you went through several threads and you were like, "That's a stunt double. That's stunt double. That's stunt double. That's stunt double. Stunt double." Nobody cares.
I went through the threads where they were legitimately asking.
No, they weren't legitimately asking. They were just saying, "What the fuck?" That's all they were asking. It doesn't matter if it was a stunt double. It doesn't matter if it was Robert Pattinson. It was literally like, "Oh, look at this. This looks stupid."
Well, yeah, but most of the parts that they were saying were specifically stupid were the parts that
Piper.
are modded just for the stunt.
Piper, you're doing it again.
I don't know, man. You're the one that seems to be like, what is it? Fucking.
Was there any
having the tism about the fact that I was talking to people about the costume?
I wouldn't have noticed if you hadn't said something to me about it. Mine was a joke. That's all it was. At what point did I imply, what is this? What is this about? I never once implied that. It was a joke about a previous version of Batman saying, "I don't wear hockey pads." That was it. That was all it was. It was a goddamn joke.
Yeah, well, other people said to be honest and said shit too, so.
Other people are not you.
Yeah, no. See how like fucking spurgy you're being? Only one person bothered you with the "to be fair."
No, there wasn't one. It was one person, and then they were. And the thing is, they weren't even talking about that. So you lose, I win.
I think you lost on this one, man.
Okay, well let's look.
You freaking out over a joke you made.
No, you're. I'm freaking out over you freaking out over my joke.
I didn't freak out over your joke, though.
You freak out. What was the need of this? Why'd you have to say? To be fair, that's stunt driver in version costume. Who cares? The only other to be fair was this. To be fair, Pattinson's British, so it's probably rugby gear or something. LOL.
Yeah, that was cute too.
Yeah, that was fun.
And mine was, well, that's not Batman. So technically, Batman's not wearing it.
See what I'm talking about, Mike? See what I'm talking about, Mike?
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about?
Maybe.
Told you. I had to deal with this. Gotta deal with this shit.
Hey, chat. Who's the bigger spurg in this situation?
Or they're gonna side with you because you got boobs. Who cares? They're wrong.
Yeah, that would be why, though.
Yeah, it definitely.
The reason why would be you going through my tweets to go, look how many times you talked about it being a stunt double version.
I follow you. I see what you say, and I'm like,
You
wait a
just
minute.
did it on stream.
I'll have ice cream and I'll still be going.
Pop, take your meds. Spurgtimus Prime.
See, I'm telling you. See, they're saying it. Has boobs. You know. Who's Charlie?
It's from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah. And see, this opinion can be discarded immediately.
What the crap was that sound?
When someone admits to be simping.
Look, all right, still, when somebody goes and comments on your joke because they've been chatting about it all day with various people,
mm-hmm.
and that upsets you to the point where you go on a stream to complain about it, and go on the stream to my tweets to scroll and look through how many times I talked about it with other people.
Yeah, and once again, see, this is what Piper does. She tries to turn it around on people, and
you just did the thing. There's video proof.
Spurg, but when it was her spurginess that started all this, right?
But I wasn't spurging.
You were spurging. You absolutely.
The pictures came out, and everybody's been talking about it all day. So
right.
I've been in conversations about it.
No. You were literally going to people like say, oh man, what the hell? And then you come in and it's like, that's stunt double suit. That's stunt double suit. That's stunt double suit. And
it starts a conversation.
You coming in, it's like
the one with the one you showed that started a conversation about whether or not
that don't count.
No.
Don't even start.
The ones you showed started conversations about whether or not we liked it and what we thought is going to happen with it, and that was multiple conversations.
To be fair, it's not bad. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
To me, it's bad. I figured. I mean, a lot of people were saying there's no cape. I'm assuming cape CG.
I don't think it'll be a CG cape. I just think they probably won't have it in that scene.
Why, sorry.
Well, it might be CG in that scene.
Yeah. Are we talking about Patterson's Simp Man?
She heard you like Spurgin, so she.
All right, let's let me get something clear real quick before people think something more than this actually is.
Run as if they are while I'm putting my headphones on.
Mike, what are you doing?
Coming back with ice cream.
I was about to say, I thought he went to get us ice cream.
Us?
Oh, I don't get no ice cream.
Yeah, did you bring enough for everybody? Did you bring enough?
3 scoops enough?
That's all I'm asking. Did you bring for everybody?
I can't let the cat have ice cream.
All right, let me put something to bed real quick before people think that we're being serious. I am not serious. I just wanted to start something with Piper and get a little something started at the beginning. I don't care.
Started. It's pretty fun.
I really don't care. I thought it was. I said this will be funny.
Let's have a nothing fight over this nothing thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're married or something.
Well, that was kind of the point. Just to see, it's entertainment, guys. It's entertainment. We're here to entertain you guys. And see, y'all got into it too. I bet everybody's tweeting like, "Whoa, Optimus and Piper having a fight."
What's the greatest idea ever? That's quick on vanilla ice cream.
I mean, how many Piper? Really, seriously, how many times have we had a conversation like this?
Why don't you just try chocolate ice cream? Right? We have them a lot.
Yeah. So people no, don't take this.
There was one where you made fun of me arguing with that one dude about hellhound versus werewolf.
Yes. Like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Both of them need a special medal to kill, though.
Talking about Opti's bit failed. He's trying to save face. It's not about saving face. I really don't care. It's fun. Maitland's rant regenerized me. We'll get to that. That was a good.
Oh my God! I like too much drama in Graded Point Live. I remember when it was about the wolf film. Singing to the Piper show. No. We do have 41 watching right now and only 26 likes, though.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. We give you people gold, and you're just like, whatever.
Will a Lobo update make people happier?
Yeah, tell people.
As for why I don't just get chocolate ice cream, at least then I wouldn't have Nestle in it. I wouldn't have this dusty goodness on top of this ice cream.
But you could put it on top of chocolate ice cream if you're really going to be anal about it, though.
That's too much chocolate. That is the imperfect balance for Nesquik. Nesquik is the chocolater.
Oh, yeah, we read the super chat.
Oh, yeah, we got a super chat treat, huh? Oh, yeah, you did.
Hail Caesar Caligula the Merciful.
I don't care. It means I have failed. Well, yeah, whatever.
So Lobo, we did get to meet his trainer today, which means I also got to meet her in person for the first time.
She a fancy bitch?
Woo! Oh my god, she's got credentials out the ass, and that's crazy because she is the lowest priced trainer practically ever. There's 4 sessions a month, once a week. And
she makes it on a volume instead of,
I think so. And she is certified. She is legally certified to do service dog training.
Nice.
And she is able to certify a service dog. So she met Lobo and messed with him a little bit. And she says he hardcore would make a great service dog. So she's pretty sure he's gonna make it. He's gonna get it. However, apparently he's a chonky, and I didn't know that. I just thought he was a big boy. He doesn't look fat to me. She says he's a fat ass.
Lobo?
Yeah,
he doesn't seem fat.
He doesn't seem fat to me either. But she was pinching him and pinching his, I guess, fat and stuff like that. She was like, she said he's technically overweight and he wouldn't. He has to lose weight to get the certification even.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. He has to be the correct weight. So he needs to lose 12 to 15 pounds, she said. And one of my problems was the brand of food I was using. And another problem was I was using the suggested amount on the food bag.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So he is going to slowly switch to a better food for him. And he's going to go on a diet. Because he's a big bone. Yeah, because I've been making fun of him all day. I was like, oh, buddy, you fatty.
That's why you called him fat earlier. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, hey, fatty.
And I've never heard you call him fat before. I'm like, why you call him fat?
Yeah, that's why. I've been teasing him all day because I'm like, oh, she said you a chonky boy.
you got some wolf handles, you little baby.
Yeah. I think the kid walked in at one point and said, wow, Lobo, you absolute unit.
Jesus Christ.
Also,
we have
hamburgers. I don't. Fat shaming a dog.
We have a visitor.
Yeah, if you can pinch more than an inch, you fat. We do.
We have a visitor.
Let's do this shit.
Yeah, it is Mike Murphy.
Yeah.
Woo!
What do I got to pinch?
You got to pinch the dog, I guess. I don't know.
He needs to lose 12 to 15 pounds so that he can get the service dog certification. Otherwise, she said he's going to qualify because he's smart. Yeah. But he has to be the standard weight for his breed,
Okay.
which right now he is not. And I didn't know that. So she told me what his body shape's supposed to look like.
Easily 15 pounds to be certified as non-fat. Such unrealistic body shape.
Right. We'll be satisfied.
Lobo is big chungus.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
Hello.
Doing good. I had you on. Well, obviously, this is chill stream.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
I got a couple minutes. What's up?
Yeah. I saw your post earlier today about Selena, and I'm a little bit upset about that. And
yeah.
So talk about that. Tell us what happened.
So you know, like it's a story like I've told enough times. But when we first made the move to commit to Comicsgate, which I guess is topical today with Malin's video.
Yeah.
You know, like we lost, like, I'd say 80% of our industry contacts. We lost some friends, and we lost some close friends who we would call family. So, you know, after the deck was kind of wiped of all those people, there were a few hangers on who kind of, you know, even if they disagreed with Comicsgate or our actions, you know, they continued to employ me. They continued to employ Selena.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like one of the last major clients, like there's only so much I can say without like basically pointing a finger in the direction of who this person was. But
Right.
like, you know, she helped him design like a role-playing game. She did, like, you know, website design stuff for him, like random stuff that an illustrator would help a businessman with over the course of like 10 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
He cut all ties with her today, so
wow.
that's yet another client that is kind of axed.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, we'll be sat over there.
that's kind of, you know, and you know, like you said, you mentioned Malin's video. I want to play a little bit of that in a minute.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the whole thing. You know, the theme of that was, you know, people like you, for example, you and Selena,
Mhm.
you basically for your ideals and your beliefs, put it all on the line to stand with Comicsgate.
Right.
You know, and unfortunately, that putting it on the line means what has happened has happened.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And that's why I'm in total agreement with Malin. This ain't no, oh, let's dance around Comicsgate. You know?
Yeah, you know,
And
like I've been, you know, over the past year plus now that like I've been Comicsgate, you know, I've been on a ton of streams, and you can always tell when you're on a stream with someone who isn't really looking at the idea of Comicsgate the way you are.
Mhm.
Like so like for example, like if I'm on with like Billy Tucci or someone like that, I'll have the courtesy to say both Comicsgate and independent comics, because I know that he's not strictly catering to a Comicsgate or indie comics audience.
Mhm.
But you know, when you're like doing a double header, and the other person who is the guest for the night like does everything they can to skirt around the topic of Comicsgate, it kind of becomes obvious really quick, like, oh, you're along for the ride, man.
Yeah. You got a lot of you know, I always call them the actually people.
Right, yeah.
They're the,
Actually, I wouldn't say that I'm exactly. I believe in the ideals of it, but I couldn't label myself comics gay.
Right.
You know, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you believe in the ideals, you're Comicsgate, like, because that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Because guess what? The second you say, I believe in the ideals of Comicsgate, those mainstream people that you're trying to, you know, impress, you're done.
Yep.
They don't give a shit about you anymore. You're out of the circle. You're out of the circle, you know?
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, again, the second we went down this road, like the industry person who helped get us set up with that infamous IDW meeting, we were blocked like the next day. So I'm like, okay, I see how it is.
Didn't know Optimus could pull off a nasal voice. Well, you know, many talents, you know what I mean? Furious typing going on in the background.
Wait until he's able to talk through his nose.
I used to be able to do that, but you know, They don't label themselves. Don't want to label themselves comic studies, but they sure will take up time on our shows and police our networks. Very true. Very true. You are not allowed to be friends with those people. You know, you shouldn't have those people as fans. You need to tell them to knock it off. You need to tell them to stop. You need to tell them to disband. How are you going to tell people to disband?
Yeah,
disperse. Do not join my streams. Do not.
my other favorite tactic that they'll use is they'll do the whole thing of like, well, because I've had these conversations with people where you'll sit down and you'll espouse the virtues of Comicsgate and how much good has come from the idea and the movement, and they'll come back at you with, well, why can't the good people in Comicsgate just start their own thing? And it's like, because it is the thing. Like,
we're doing it.
Yeah, well, classified quote good people, right? That is such the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, why can't the good people? Well, who do you consider good? And who polices good?
Right. That reminds me when I lost tons of friends when a bunch of people were like, we're going to use the hashtag Team Comics instead because the Comicsgate hashtag is tainted now because of this person and that person. So basically they were saying the good people in Comicsgate are now going to be Team Comics. That was like, and then what are you going to change it to after you start not liking every single person that uses that hashtag?
Right.
To another one, and then another one, and then another, and they have. They have changed it multiple times, and I'm like, derp.
Yep.
But yeah, they got super mad at me, and a lot of them were like, I thought were really good friends.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, if anybody watched last week's stream where Piper had a infamous time, but before the Wolf Mama came out, as
oh my god.
We had opened up the stream a little bit, and our friend Unholy Sporkable came in and actually relayed a message where she was talking about Comicsgate to somebody in the store, and another person walked in who was a lesbian, to use Spork's exact words, a butch lesbian. So take that for what you will. And they says, "Oh, I've heard about Comicsgate. They're a hate movement." And asked, "Why do you think they're a hate movement?" Because that's one of the things, communication, right? How do you talk? And they said, well, I heard about this guy who said pride was a sin.
Right.
She said that when they looked up the hashtag, one of the first people to come up was Smiller at the time.
Yeah.
And she went to check out Smiller, and he had just done the pride is a sin tweet and some other whatever follow-up tweets, and they assumed that was the sentiment of Comicsgate because he was still tagging Comicsgate a ton too.
Dragon Lord Jeremy for $5. Thank you so much, sir. Funny thing, Peter Cimenti started Team Comics, but those folks you are referring to turned against him.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say because Peter and I are fine. So he didn't freak out when I said, it's just going to be another hashtag and another hashtag because you are always going to find people you don't like doing the thing you want to do. It's just going to happen. You can grow up and get the hell over it, or you can keep going, well, let's move to this hashtag, and your little club is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until you don't have a little club anymore.
But the thing is, even though Peter Cimenti may have did Team Comics, and he had a good, noble reason for doing it, right? But you know what he's also not done? Disparaged Comicsgate.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I understood him with the Team Comics completely. Yeah. He's a publisher, and maybe not everybody he publishes wants to be Comicsgate.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Some of them would just be like, I don't want any of that mess. I'm just, comic creator. Thank you. So he kind of has to create his own, but in his case I felt like Team Comics meant that means me, but also Comicsgaters and anybody else that wants to change the industry and stuff like that, or all indies. But everybody else, everybody else going, oh, I'm switching to Team Comics now. They straight up turned asshole.
Mm-hmm.
The second I was like, well, I'm not fighting over hashtags, not switching hashtags. I'm going to hang out with the people that are cool to hang out with.
There was a lot of talk during the Gamergate days about, hey, let's switch hashtags so people don't think we're a hate movement. I was like, once you switch hashtags, they're going to say that's a hate movement. So
Yep.
what is the fucking point?
Yeah.
Right?
What is the point? And like I told them, I was like, your little group's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller because you're going to keep switching hashtags and losing people.
Yep.
Right. And then, it's the whole thing of the people who are opposed to you in the first place. They're going to figure out what you're doing, and they're just going to do the whole rose by any other name thing. And so like it completely defeats the purpose. So when people come at me with that whole like good people argument, it's like, well, but there's no point, because the point is you disagree with us in the first place, so nothing that we call ourselves matters to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's a battle of ideologies. It's a battle of nuance, as I know I've said a bunch. And what I've found is that the people who disagree with the concepts of Comicsgate the most hate nuance.
Yep.
Yeah.
But just
everything
remember,
has to be postmodernist. Everything has to be ridiculous, satirical. Worst of all, ironic. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
but also remember, Mike Murphy, that you're just a simple man.
Yes, I'm simple for making requests and asking questions.
Yeah. How dare you, right?
How dare I?
Yeah. So let's go ahead.
No, and I was just going to say, it's like, look, dude, even with the whole Edwin thing, even if you want to go down that route with me, you're sitting here talking about good business practices. I'm either, in your eyes, an ex-client or a future potential client, depending on how this conversation goes. And this is how you're choosing to treat me. So who's the hypocrite?
Yeah. That's exactly right. Did I miss Piper's feet this week? No, she hasn't posted her feet yet.
I like how she kind of paused there. She's like, "Oh, this shit again."
Yeah, because of what happened last weekend, I'm doing them this weekend. So, and then I'll just like make pictures or something. That way, if you miss them, the picture can go back up briefly or something.
Yeah, totally. I want to address something too. Let's see. Where does he say that? Yeah. Somebody said you're in a dead heat tie, equal viewership roughly with Mandy and Malin. That's nice. I'm going to say this. They're featuring a few good folks over there, especially Joseph King, who was on here this week. Go back their books. Go back their books.
Yes.
Yeah.
And go back all these books. Go back God's Fear Me. For fuck's sake, go back God's Fear Me. We'll show that in a few minutes. So let's
Kinky kitty.
let's show a little bit of this Malin, as what Piper likes to call him now.
No, Malin.
She can't say his name right anymore. But anyway, so I'm gonna skip around a little bit because this is 45 minutes, obviously.
Right.
So,
Wow.
yeah. So start with here. Like,
everybody, welcome to a talk. It's not exactly a mail-in after midnight, clearly.
Chat.
And so I had something I wanted to get off my chest about some of the things I see going on within, throughout. It's all subtle, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody was on the same page about how I felt about Comicsgate. I'm Comicsgate, do or die. I'm here. I'm promoting other people that are Comicsgate. I don't have any problem telling people I'm Comicsgate, and maybe this is because
Can I say something real quick? Look at Malin with these like too cool for school sunglasses on his head here.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I just now noticed that. I was like, I didn't notice that earlier when I watched it. I was like, he should have worn the sunglasses while he was doing this. It would have been a real deal with it. Stream,
I I'm now old school Comicsgate.
Turn it down a little bit.
I went through the shit. You know, I went through real fucking shit, career jeopardy. Myself, Ethan Van Sciver, you know, we're both here. We have a lot to lose by being a part of Comicsgate. And we put it on the line, and Comicsgate came through. And
would you agree with that, Murphy?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that's kind of a example. You know, you're like the living example of that right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, we didn't have like the clout or years in the industry that, like, you know, Malin and Ethan have, obviously, but you know, like, both here in Portland and, you know, like in kind of our circles, we had carved out a living for ourselves as freelance illustrators, writers, designers, and, you know, things could always be better, but things were stable, and, you know, the bottom kind of fell out after we started using the hashtag.
Exactly. Let's see. Just looking through the chat real quick, make sure I hadn't missed anything. Okay. Here we go.
Backed us. That was, you know, very important. And, you know, I'm going to be loyal to Comicsgate, you know, for as long as Comicsgate's around, man. Do or die. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all the help of all the fans within the Comicsgate network. I can't thank them enough. I mean, it's a dream come true what Comicsgate is for independent comic books. It's the greatest thing that's ever existed for independent comic books. I mean, now people who were, you know, relative nobodies a year, 2 years ago, people you've never heard of now, they're known within Comicsgate. They're doing well. Some are doing really fucking well. And look, most people within Comicsgate, man, this is why I got Vinny up here, Vinny Tartamal. He's Comicsgate. A year from now, you know, I believe Vinny is still going to be Comicsgate. This book could do 50 grand, 100 grand. And I think the following year, Vinny is still going to be Comicsgate. And he's still going to be like, fuck yeah, Comicsgate. It's so important that creators take up the responsibility of promoting Comicsgate. This helps everybody in Comicsgate. This year, the smaller books are doing better because the network has gotten bigger and stronger. So now people that may not have made money in the previous year are starting to make money now. And next year, hopefully they'll make more money because Comicsgate will continue to grow. But you can't fucking rely, creators, you can't fucking rely on Ethan and myself and whatever others to go out there and promote you if you're not building your own channel, if you're not grabbing an oar and shouting from the rooftops, I'm Comicsgate and I don't give a shit. That's a big fuck you. That's a giant fuck you to everybody out there who's ever tried to bring you down. Comicsgate is the only one that has your fucking back, and you're ashamed to say you're Comicsgate. It doesn't work that way, guys. And Comicsgate as a network will not thrive. You are, sadly, a weak link. You are a weak link if you are not out there shouting Comicsgate from the loudest fucking rooftop. And through that weakness, you are going to be a part of helping to chip away the strength of Comicsgate as a network. Because what we need to do is we need to be out there. We need to be 100% in. We can't be what I find, what I think, and this is my opinion, it doesn't apply to everybody. But again, Ethan, myself, look, we went through the fucking shit, you know, and again, Comicsgate was there. It lifted us up. It made this whole thing, you know, Richard and I, when we launched Jawbreakers, now, you know, 2 years later, it's easy to be Comicsgate. You can come in here, and what I think is happening is some people are coming in here soft. They're softly Comicsgate. And what they want to do is they're basically on the Tenaple plan, except what they're doing is they're coming in light. I'm Comicsgate. I'm gonna grab what fans I can get from Comicsgate, and then I'm gonna nicely make my way out of Comicsgate. So
pause for a second. That's not going to work for those people.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the reason that does not going to work is because those fans are Comicsgate fans, right?
Yeah.
They'll back something because the person has come up and said, I am Comicsgate, and I believe in this and this and that and the other and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
The only ones that are going to follow him out of follow somebody out of Comicsgate are ones that followed them in, that were already fans before the comic, and don't care about the Comicsgate thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Now the thing is that I'll say about that is I've seen a lot of people, and I'm sure Murphy, you've got a campaign. You see the quote analytics, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can look them up anytime you want. And I'm sure that the analytics would probably say something to the effect of, well, I get most of my backers from people searching Kickstarter or Indiegogo, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Does that necessarily, do you believe, I'm talking to you, and I think you'll agree with me here. Do you necessarily believe that that's just a random person who was on Indiegogo? I keep wanting to say fucking Kickstarter, excuse me. A random person on Indiegogo ran across your book and said, oh, I'm going to back it now. Or do you think, whereas my thinking is somebody heard it on a stream like this, or like Mandy Summers, or like Ethan, or John Malin, and said, oh, God's Fear Me. I'm ready to go look that up. And then they get home and they go on Indiegogo and they type in God's Fear Me and then they back it.
Yeah, exactly. It's clearly the second one, man. Like, most of the referrals come from Twitter and YouTube. So right there, I know like what I do on Twitter and what I do when I hang out on streams with people. That's my bread and butter. That's the network that we're building up. So the idea that you can cut yourself off from Comicsgate and just kind of launch something out into the wilderness and it's going to yield the exact same result, that's not how it works.
Yeah. I almost always, this is Wilberforce Wooster, almost always go to Indiegogo to find campaigns. I don't click links. That is true. See, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, most of the time, and except for when StreamYard wants to screw up, I have the link in the chat. I don't care about referrals for me, right? I'm not in for a big dick contest about who had the most referrals or anything like that. The people who there's some people who do like referral contests, and the creators want to do that. That's fine. I don't care. That's cool. Make something fun about it. So that's fine. I'm not in it for that. I'm in it to help guys like you, Mike Curtis, like, hold on, let me get his name right. Scott Payne, with Chaotic Flux. I'm here to help you guys get funded. Right.
Right.
Malin, I agree with him, that some people, you need to build up your channel. I slightly disagree, and I'm going to say slightly, as in I'm just not a full sidestep, but maybe just going to, put my foot out a little bit and say that there are streams like this, like Mars, like Mandy Summers, like Tinfoil Hat Nick, like Adam AF, Art City Comics, like Simon, all these people out there, they will put you on their show.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I have an opinion too regarding how much we've listened to so far.
Go ahead.
And that is, I will say, I don't think there's any 100% right way to promote your book, but there's definitely wrong ways.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in you should have this many subs on YouTube before you launch and this and that. I don't believe that. But what I do believe is, especially in Comicsgate, if you need to know something, everybody's going to be willing to give you a hand and teach you or tell you what worked for them. And there are so many, if you don't have a channel or, a following on your channel, there are so many channels that you can go on.
Right.
And start building. You still have to work yourself to build. Nobody can build it for you. But there's so much help. I don't believe in the whole, you already need to have this big of a following.
You need an audience.
That's what I'm saying.
And
People are going to let you go and
necessarily-
pick up that audience or go find
my
it.
my opinion is that doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a channel, right? But you do have to have an audience.
Yeah.
And if that means going on shows like before you start a campaign and like getting to know people, and so because that's the biggest thing I think we all agree is getting to know somebody, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm talking Murphy.
That's another one. I was just gonna say, you're not just selling a book; it's the internet. You're selling you.
Right.
Yeah.
People, you're gonna want to make people not only buy your book, but you're gonna make people want to give you their money or support you in some way.
Yeah. I think, like, for example, and it takes a lot to get people to kind of open up, because, I'm not knocking you here, Murphy, but, let's be honest, when the first time you streamed with us, it was like,
But that's what going on. You just start on the slightly smaller streams, and people will kick your ass out of your shell, whether you like it or not.
I remember this was like, hey, this is Mike Murphy for, I think it was Samurai.
Yeah.
And we basically all we did was talk about the book, right?
Right.
And which is fine, and there are a lot of streams who do that and do that well. But then I started coming around to the fact, now I think you would agree, and I think it's helped you as far as like being on different shows and stuff like that too, to talk about other things, talk about like Xavier has a good way of putting this. He says, a lot of books, a lot of people are like, well, how are you? What are your influences? What did you do when you grew up? Who's your favorite superhero? I'm like, hey, hey, Mike, you want to see Piper's feet?
Not again.
Something silly like that, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, for people just starting off, like, and it's kind of a multi-layered thing, but just to sum it up real quick, like, when you're first, for me, well, okay, just speaking about me, like when I was first starting out, like I was such in that professional headset. I was like, I'm here to do the job, and the job is promoting this comic. Like, I'm not going to talk about the dog. I'm not going to talk about my kid. I'm not going to talk about like how much I hate what Star Trek has become or anything like that. Like, I'm here to sell the book. And within like a month or so, like between meeting you and like talking to other people behind the scenes, like I learned really quick. It's like, no, like that's mainstream comims, and this isn't mainstream comics. Like,
it's all a bunch of weirdos.
Right. You're out of the building, and it's okay to loosen the tie and talk about something besides the book. People know that you have a book, and if they like it, they'll back it. And if they like it, I'd say in at least half meeting them halfway is, do they like you?
Yeah.
Like Hatch 450SX says, I loved when Orgasm Girl had Optimus off balance half stream. It was hilarious. That's
and she was on it, so she was already kind of used to the thing. So that worked out even better for her.
It actually, did the opposite effect. I'm the one that got uncomfortable. I'm like,
I like Mandy's success story almost, because when she was on here, she was pretty shy.
Oh, yeah. She was very shy. She was like
she was cute and a sweetheart, but she was very shy-ish for the most part. And now her channel's competing with ours all the damn time.
I mean,
it's only just.
I don't mind the competition. I love Mandy, so I don't have to.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with all
competition.
There is no competition. We're just having fun.
But it's more like the sad part is we have like the same viewers, we have the same audience for the most part, or the same fans, but we also really like 10 p.m.
Yeah, 10 p.m. We were like fucking
10 p.m. seems to work for everybody. So.
We're like goddamn 2020 over here. Everybody wants to go at 10 p.m. Like it's like Dateline and 2020. Except,
I mean, it's tough, especially like if you're on the West Coast, because like if you're on the West Coast, like people like Adam AF know this. It's like if you're on the West Coast like me, if you're telling me, hey, I got a show at like 9 a.m., that's like 6 in the morning for me, and that's just not going to happen, man. Like, like when I was hungry for it, like with the first and second Samurai campaign, and just in that mode of like, I got to do what I got to do to build this audience.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did maybe like 4 of those 6 a.m. streams, and like they never worked out because you're never on your A game, and you're just kind of sitting there like barely processing all the questions coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I like fish sticks.
Yes.
That's essentially it. Fuck.
All right, Carl, do you want to come in too? I'll send you a link.
I'm going to bring that Irish bastard in here.
Woo! I
Call
do
him
hope
Mick
we
right
get
to
to
his
play
face.
some games tonight.
Oh lordy, might as well.
Right? Especially with whoever we manage to drag in here.
I don't know if they'll be able to handle this. Be the if Vinny I sent you the link, by the way. See if Vinny comes in here. This will be the first time he's been here. Yeah. Let me find Carl. I really like to hear Carl talk about stuff because
Is there really 5 streams going on right now? What?
There might be.
Well, we got 52 of those people, so that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us welcome Vinny Tartamella.
Hello, everybody. How we doing?
Hey, Vinny.
Woohoo!
He sounds Italian.
A little bit. With a name like that, I'm not Irish.
No, I got that covered, man.
Awesome. How we doing?
Doing good, brother. How? I'm sure by now you've seen John Malin's stream from earlier today.
Yeah, man. I was writing in his chat a bit, but I guess he missed it. Yeah, no, it's awesome that he did that. And he's right. I've been preaching this stuff for a long time as well. A lot of people who do follow my channel, they know I've gotten very heated in the past about the mainstream and how I've been treated, how other people have been treated, and yeah, we have to say fuck that and fuck them.
Yeah.
It's about promoting each other. Because I know even Malin, he likes to poke fun here and there because it's the the drawing competition stuff. But at the end of the day, man, we all got each other's back, and that's what matters.
Exactly.
Because we got to keep promoting each other. We got to keep pushing. You respect the fans, you respect your fellow artists, and you respect War Campaign.
Yep.
Hell.
For sure. And we have, just got Carl O'Rowe in here. Now we have 2 of the top 3 drunk people from last week.
Yeah.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, you Mick bastard.
I don't remember a lot of that. I kind of went to a different place.
Dude, I don't remember a lot of mine. I woke up naked and then I had to fucking watch what I did on stream.
People were like, I think Pamboy was like, is it Pamboy or Poe? I fucking mix his name up all the time. But he, on Twitter, he was like, it was great meeting you on stream. And I was like, bro, I've never streamed with you in my life. What are you talking about?
The hell is this? Is this a prank stream?
Yeah. Because you were like, you were.
Dude, I was out of it. I fell down a ladder.
Oh my.
And I don't remember much, but then I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I fell down the ladder, and it must have only been about maybe at the latest 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
And you don't even own a ladder.
Jesus. Yeah, man. I was calling that too. Because I saw it afterwards. I was on that stream on the EVS one, and I had to leave a little early, and then I came back just to check, and man, you got shit-faced.
You had taken your
What
shirt
is
off.
going on?
You were taking your shirt off. I think my fun, seriously, I was like, because I do like Uber and Lyft driving, right? And I listen to streams if they're on. And this is like, I was listening to that. And the next thing I know, I had tuned in, right? I didn't know you were drunk, right? I didn't know you were drunk because I hadn't been, because it was a long stream. And I tuned in, and the next thing I know is like, I hear EVS talking to, his wife, and he said something like, yeah, I can have something to eat. And then you were like, is that Andrea? Andrea!
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
By the way, Jim, yeah, of course I'll be there.
Oh,
That was funny.
Yeah, I mean, so somebody said I was like offering a ghost a pint of Guinness and shit. And I was like, okay, all right.
Nice.
I caught the tail end of that whole thing, and like because of the time difference between us, like I woke up to a text message or a DM from you from like 7 hours prior because we were talking about work stuff. And I go into my front room and I put on YouTube, and Ethan's still streaming, and there you are. And like it was when you just started stumbling down your stairs, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to hear back from this guy for a while.
This is a fact.
So I think we're all in agreement that Comicscape will not fail because of not grabbing an oar. It will fail because Carl Oro got too drunk.
Yeah, it would fail because of early onset alcoholism.
Christ.
And getting encouraged to take your clothes off, all that stuff,
Nice.
Let's see. I want to see this. Vinny maybe sees you next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that. But what about the year after that? Oh, see,
That's when you gotta watch.
They're watching you. They're watching you, man.
Good, man. Keep watching. Keep watching it and back in these projects, man. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Vinny I like this. Vinny is a high tea name. you know, a guy with a name like Vinny could scrap with the chips are down. Yeah.
You know it, man.
This earlier today when I said like Pipper might make an appearance this Friday, but not Piper.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "No, we want Piper or whatever." And I was thinking about tweeting, y'all, if I could become a fucking alcoholic, just so y'all will like me.
It's a bit much.
You better back the ever-loving shit out of all of my projects so that I can fucking pay for the repercussions of that.
Right? Sounds like a deal.
I didn't, though.
You should, though. That'd be funny. See,
I was still thinking of doing it, like, even after tonight.
Mm-hmm. And say, Carl smashed his headset, too, because he just kept muting him. Is that
Oh,
it's weird.
shit.
People bring up stuff and I get flashes, and I'm like, I kind of remember that.
I remember, like, I peeked because I had stopped driving and I, looked at the screen, and I saw you as you were throwing it down. You took it off your head and threw it on the ground. I said, "That's broken."
Was this all because? Wait, was this all because you wanted to drink with Cecil and he happened to be on his skiing trip?
He came in, and I think that's when I started sculling back Guinness. It's bad because it's like people are talking, and so I was like, well, what else am I gonna do except drink?
Yeah.
And then I had you know what I had? It's killer. Like this shit it should be outlawed. I had that fucking Jack Daniel's honey.
Oh,
and it's essentially Jack Daniel's that you can drink as if it has a mixer, but it doesn't. So you're like you can just drink it as if it's a fucking Jack Daniel's with a mixer like a Jack and Coke, but it's not.
With the fucking
it's all Jack Daniel. It's so good, but it'll kill you.
Most of those things
good. Damn.
But yeah, so now that we've got enough folks on to, I'll knock this off because I think everybody. Well, I don't think Piper saw it, but we can talk about it. The Malin video. I think I know the reason behind it. I'm not going to say who it might be about because that's really not the important part of it. But yeah, I think everybody here kind of in the agreement of. I don't get people. I think that's a topic. I don't get people who kind of do that thing, like they're talking about. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of I'm Comicsgate, yeah, and then think they're going to get a big following, and then they're going to leave with that following.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, well, it's sort of that fucking holier than thou mentality that is basically antithetical to everything that Comicsgate stands for. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with these people you were talking about earlier, where we should change hashtags so these people don't think we're what we are. And it's like the whole point of Comicsgate was founded on false allegations. It's founded on dissent and opinions. It's not about what anybody else thinks of us. Like that is the whole point of it.
Yeah, you got to go in with fucking both feet, man. Balls deep. That's how you got to do this. Because I'm sorry, the mainstream, they're falling apart. We're seeing it all the time. That Dan Didio shit today, firing all these people left and right. Dude, man, the house is on fire, and they're still walking around like, no, everything's cool.
And also, Marvel's supposedly bringing back the characters they changed.
What do you mean?
Thor is going to go back to being his name, not a title.
Oh yeah. Are they going to give him his arm back?
Oh, maybe.
And
Iron Man's coming back.
Mhm.
That didn't take them long.
I think there was a couple of other things that they were,
Yeah, but they've been doing that. They always sort of tease that for a bit, and then they bring it back. They had that whole legacy period, and that ended up being nothing. And then they had something else after that.
Well, their other stuff's not selling. So if they at least bring the original characters back, the problem is, I'm like, well, that's cool, but how's the writing gonna be?
Yep.
Well, it's Kevin Feige. That's why, because he's in charge now. So he's like, yeah, we need to bring these characters back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so at least they're realizing, like, okay, this ain't working.
Yeah, it's like I'm just imagining now. This is my thinking. Imagine Kevin Feige at the time, head of the studio, right, of the Marvel studio, and he's looking at what publishing's doing, which he has no say in at that moment, right? And he's saying, okay, I'm doing movies about Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And who the fuck is Riri Williams?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, but it's also like the comics do shit where ever since the first Avengers movie came out, and they had that tease that Thanos was going to be the next big bad guy for all these movies, they haven't fucking put Thanos or the Infinity Gauntlet or the Infinity Gems to bed for like almost a decade. They've been constantly in the comics as like the new big bad in Marvel, and it's like
a big bad like a long ass time ago.
Well, you have like everything
on.
is Infinity. Nearly every event is fucking Infinity something, right? It's like they've been trying to just push this and it wears you out because it's like, dude, the movie isn't going to be out for 10 years. Like, can you fucking relax using Thanos all the time?
It's kind of like, didn't they brought back Wolverine with that too, or some shit? Like he had an Infinity Stone. Everyone had an Infinity Stone. Oh, out of the blue now. Yeah. Like what Carl's saying, it's bullshit.
Yeah. Look, when you're talking about the big two, none of those characters die for real.
No, of course. But also, like at the time you were talking about Wolverine, there was also two Wolverines, if you remember. There was like two existing at the say time, and I'm not.
Well, there was three, wasn't there? Because there's also Dakin, right?
Oh well,
actually, there was four. Because there was Old Man Logan. There was the Logan who was brought back from the Return of Wolverine. There was Dakin, who was like Dark Wolverine, and then there was X-23 who took on Wolverine.
Oh, and then there was then there's five because there was a Wolverine who had the Phoenix Force.
And then there's the fucking is the Wolverine from Mark Silvestri still going around? The robot one, what's his name? Like Frank or something? He has like a dumb name.
Jesus Christ.
What about Wolverine's like brother? What about is Romulus still around? Remember when they that shitty character. That fucking awful when they said that there was a line of humans that developed from cats. And they made up a character called Romulus, and it's like where every feline mutant came from this guy called Romulus or something. It was
that's how they tried to explain Sabretooth or something like that.
It was awful.
What a joke, man. I think they were all on the white drugs.
And like all this does is like encourage this like stagnation in the industry because like the readers get bored with just retreads. The writers and artists obviously don't give a shit. And the writers and artists aren't going to introduce new ideas because they can just go off to a publisher and make it their own thing and keep all the profit off of it. So it was like 10 years building of like just utter stagnation from both companies. And
of course. Well, here's the thing, right? So those people, they were extra comfortable. Why? Because there were other companies that came in and bought them out. So then you have like these really shitty editors who now they're getting Disney stock. You have these top writers that are getting well protected. The ones who really weren't getting much were the artists because it's a rotating door. They're going to third world countries most of the time as well. They only have to pay a handful of kind of top tier artists to continue working for them, right? Now look at this douchebag who's up on the screen right now. Someone like this, he's calling the shots. Someone who really has
at the same time with artists, these companies, they don't want to make superstar artists no more.
They don't.
unless you're Sean Gordon Murphy, you know, who I think they're gonna regret ever making him a superstar. Like they don't want to make superstars, and Marvel has been clear about that. They're not making superstar artists anymore. Look at Batman. There hasn't been ever since the New 52 ended. There has not been one standout Batman artist. There hasn't been one like prestige Batman artist for the current book. And whatever artist is on Batman is whatever artist sets the tone for the future generation of artists, right? When it's Jim Lee, everybody copies Jim Lee. When it's Greg Capullo, everybody copies Greg Capullo, right? That's just the way it is. If you look at tons of style coming out now, fucking Victor Bogdanovich, he's drawing Wolverine at Marvel now. His whole career is built on being a Capullo swipe.
Yep. I could never stand that shit. It always drove me crazy.
Well,
but it's just when you don't even have the when you're swapping fucking Batman artists every second issue now with the rebirth shit.
I mean, they rotate artists every 6 issues, so that they can't.
I actually have something that's along these lines. I remember back in the day when I liked an issue of something a whole lot, or at least a storyline. I would remember the artist that was on it and the writer. And it got to the point where I couldn't tell you who the artist or writer was on a lot of crap without looking it up, because they just stopped being memorable. And it goes along the line of what I love so much about Comicsgate, basically. Like the main reason that I am so down with this is because since I was a little kid, I wanted to work for one of the big two, either writing or art. I wanted to do either or both, whatever. But that was my dream. I wanted to work for one of the big two. And the older I got, the more I was not, the more I was like, man, I like the big two less. But also the more I was like, I don't think it's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
And, you know, I really became, you know, and it really got me down. And so I stopped drawing and I started trying to focus on a different career path and this and that. And this Comicsgate stuff started, right, really got, everybody's attention as being a group of indies besides a consumer vault kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, like you were saying, though, we're all unique. Like, that's why we're not copying off of anyone. And just going back just for a minute, I don't mean to cut you off, but just going back for a minute, like what Carl was saying about the Jim Lee ripoffs and this and that. I was talking to a couple of editors years ago when I was showing my portfolio to DC, and they go, well, your Batman, it's not Jim Lee enough. I said, what are you talking about? Yeah, you need to make the ears shorter, make them bulkier. You got to make them like how Jim Lee draws them. I'm like, I don't want to draw Batman how Jim Lee draws them. And this is the fucking problem too, right? They want to kind of cater to certain things, because if you could get that similar style that they were looking for, like they pretend like they want a house style, but they really don't. Right. It's so asinine. And what I saw in the chat before too, someone said Capullo is a knockoff of McFarlane. I wouldn't say that. The thing is,
no way. Yeah, no, dude, go read his fucking X-Force. Read his early shit. That is nowhere near. He was way better than McFarlane.
Yeah. See, I have history with both of them. I knew Capullo for a while, and I used to work for McFarlane. So seeing how they came together, and even the books, like I noticed as soon as it changed, because they weren't saying it. If you were really following the book back then,
it wasn't.
It was a creative team.
Yeah, they weren't. They were crediting it all fucked up, weren't they? To fool people.
Well, it wasn't to fool people, because they know if
they knew people were gonna riot. Like
exactly, they knew if McFarlane wasn't drawing anymore, they would fucking lose their shit and drop the book. So they were slowly doing it, because Todd was only inking over Capullo's work, and that's why he was putting his extra lines in there to make it look a little more like his McFarlane style. But
then when they officially made the change and everybody was like, oh, we don't like the way Capullo draws Spawn, Todd was like, well, he's been drawing it for the past 5 issues.
Exactly.
And none of you complained.
Yeah, they had to do it that way, because I mean, I noticed right away, because the structure got better and so did the storytelling. Because I'll give Todd something, when he was working on Spider-Man, I loved his angles and everything was really cool. But when it came to Spawn, Capullo brought that really kind of creepy style, but the storytelling, it elevated, and so did the anatomy and everything, because he has a very specific, almost Frank Frazetta type way of doing bodies, like the structure of the body. But then, like, he has his own style that developed, around all that shit, like what he really liked, which was like Buscema, Frazetta, all these. You mix what you really like and you put it in a blender. That's kind of how you come up with the style. It's gradual.
It is something I like about Comicsgate art is if you see something, just by looking at it, who did it, for the most part.
Yeah.
And to go back to real quick what Piper was saying, like, here's one of the things that I love about Comicsgate. So before this whole thing kind of established itself, you had two choices. You could either bang your head and try to figure out a way to break into the castle at Marvel or DC or, like Dark Horse, whoever. And 9 times out of 10, you just, like, it was all who regardless of how much or how little talent you had.
Yeah.
And so you were left in this position of, like, okay, like, keep banging my head or keep trying to go down the self-publishing route. And, like, so many of, like, my peers from, like, the mid-2000s to, like, now, like, I've seen so many people, like, just come and go because they'll ride that wave, but they're only riding it because they're hoping that the book that they self-publish will catch someone editor's attention at Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
And then after like a decade, that you just never hear from them again.
Yeah.
And now we have an opportunity to build up a network and really kind of find our own audience separate from all 3 of those venues. And like, that's why I'm grateful for it. Again, it's the whole IDW thing of, like, we come home from that meeting and I'm looking at Selena and Clark napping on our couch, and, like, in my head I'm like, why am I seriously considering, like, a $300 scripting gig for the Ninja Turtles? Like, what the fuck am I doing? And again, meanwhile, like, Ethan and everybody are, like, having the time of their lives on my TV screen. And I'm like, that's where I want to be. And, like, that was the moment where it's like, I'm tired of banging my head. I'm tired of trying to get into a club that doesn't want me in there.
Yeah.
But not only that, it's a club of fucking thieves on top of it.
Yeah, like, I didn't realize how crap people were getting paid. Until the very beginning of Comicsgate when I started learning more of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much of your audience knows about my background and my past, but yeah, I was supposed to get a Spider-Man gig, and I was screwed out of it last minute by Joe Quesada. That kind of shit, where he didn't just hurt me or whatever, he destroyed a career that could have been made out of that. Because I was supposed to work with Mark Millar. There's a lot of shit that was going to happen, and he monkey wrenched it all. Not only that, he traced over my artwork and put it in his shitty books. God damn. It was a series of events. That's why, and I've seen it at different companies too. I mean, I made the rounds at a lot of different places, and I've seen how they all are, and they are all pure shit. They really are. Ethan's the only guy who's stand up. That's why Comicsgate is working, because he's given it such a push, and he's really behind talented people. He gives a shit. Those people don't. That's why they continue to fail.
That's the other thing I was going to say. I know it's kind of long-winded, but it's really relevant. Was when I got really disheartened about the idea of working for one of my favorite, publishers at the time. Then something that kept me going was, well, I'll just, there's indies. I'll be an indie and I'll figure it out. And then before Comicsgate, the indie was every man for himself kind of world.
Right.
So I didn't know the first thing about what to do. Right. And I had landed on, well, the stories I want to tell, I'll just put them up for free as a webcomic or something in my spare time while I'm working, a job I hate. Mm-hmm. Because I really want, people to hear or see these stories. And then Comicsgate shifted even bigger into the crowdfunding thing. Okay, well, we told you guys what we hate about your comics, and you told us to go fuck ourselves. So where we're at now is we're gonna go make our own shit.
Right.
And suddenly, being a complete indie wasn't every man for himself. It's we're a community, and we're gonna help each other get our stories out there.
Yep.
And that's what's so exciting and what I love so much. And I'm like, you know what? I might be able, there's a chance I might be able to actually get my story in people's actual hands.
Of
I might be able to see it in print.
I mean, let's, and to finer point on that, what Piper's saying. I mean, I'm looking at I'm looking at 3 projects right now. For example, Murphy, do you think that God's Fear Me would be sitting at $9,338 right now if you were not Comicsgate?
No, I know that wouldn't have, because I tried, with the first artist getting it off the ground like 4 years ago. There's no way that would have happened.
Mm-hmm. Do you think, Vinny, that Through the Woods hardcover collector's edition would be at $20,311 right now?
No, man.
Okay.
It's a climb. It's a fucking climb to do it by yourself. Doing it with a community is gonna get you there.
Carl, do you think you would be sitting at $41,317 USD with Deathborn right now?
No way, man.
See, there you go.
No fucking way.
This is quantify. Okay, hey, let me go off on the tangent here for a second. Hey, quartering, you want quantifiable fucking numbers? I got them right here, and that's actual cash money, brother. That ain't your stupid fucking Google Analytics or YouTube searches or some dumb bullshit.
Well, yeah, it's how ridiculous all that shit is, because especially in my case, because it's like, fucking being over here, this other side of this fucking world, like, I'm Comicsgate has literally made Deathsworn a part of Irish comics history. Like, like most backed book. It'll hopefully, I mean, I don't know if I get a good swing at it when I'm closing, we can get it over most funded. But it's like, man, like that's insane. Like that, like there's a time before Comicsgate and then after Comicsgate, and it's solidified by this. And it's like, dude, there was a guy yesterday when fucking Edwin was coming at me about how there's no enthusiasm in Comicsgate no more because 500 people can't regulate themselves and all this shit. I was like, there was a guy, a local guy to me, who he was doing books for these guys I know, and they're not involved in any of the Twitter shit, so they just don't know about Comicsgate or anything, but they get like maybe $2,000 like for their comic. So I know it's not enough to even pay that guy, and he's the same age as me, and he's probably doing it for nothing, drawing books for these guys and going to cons and just trying to chill it like I was, but before doing the Indiegogo. And he came to me a while ago and was like, "How do I promote my book?" And I was like, "Well, get in a Comicsgate. Like, you're probably gonna get some shit, but it doesn't matter because you're gonna be successful. Like, doesn't fucking matter." And he was like, "Oh yeah, maybe it'd be better maybe in a year or so." I was like, "All right." And the other day he did fan art for Deathsworn. He just drew a little sketch of Deathsworn and colored it.
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is his most liked and retweeted tweet from all his other artwork, and he's climbed in followers since doing that. And I was scrolling through his feed, he put up artwork and he got Brett Booth to retweet it, and it doesn't even have half of the interactions, the likes, the follows and shit that a Brett Booth retweet does than a fucking Comicsgate community retweet does. Like, that's the fucking energy behind that. The Brett Booth piece was a Daredevil piece. Like, more people fucking give a fuck about Daredevil than stupid Deathsworn, okay? Like, but it's the energy, it's the culture behind this, and man, it's just fucking, it's the best shit ever.
Dude, we're all high tea over here. They could go suck a dick, can't I?
Yeah.
I just think with the quartering, like, there's so many factors that he just doesn't. Well, he's not aware of. Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't think he gets sales. I just think he gets YouTube numbers.
He gets clicks. That's all he cares about.
Yeah, he understands that. He doesn't understand actual.
He got an education today, I think. He made that that thread where he said, like, show me some other crowdfunded books that are from the YouTube. He tried to like qualify it as the YouTube community, but here's the thing, right? This is the way I look at it. any creator who has been on this show or Mandy Summers' show or Ethan's show or Malin's show, that you're going to call that YouTube community, right? It doesn't matter if they have a active channel or not. Yeah. So, he kind of fucked himself when he did that because everybody started fucking linking him, Comicsgate projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say because my channel is dead because I'm over here hanging out with you guys, and that's where I want to be right now. That's what I want to do. He thinks that everybody with a YouTube channel or everybody that streams is therefore a YouTuber, which to me is somebody that gets their primary income from YouTube. That's what a YouTuber is to me. Somebody that relies on YouTube for their income. Yeah, not somebody that just does stuff on YouTube.
There's a huge difference with all that shit too, and you don't know like what certain streams will do. Because my channel, I think I only have like 380 people or whatever. But when I start doing streams, when I do the live streams, I'm getting around 30 people watching steady, like on a live stream. Someone who really didn't even break 1,000 fucking subscribers, and I get those kind of numbers. Or if I get a certain guest on. Like Cecil, I think it was like steady at 90 to 100 people. And then the rewatches, 600, 700, something like that. Yeah. You never know. I've had other creators on where just talking about their project, I've gotten someone $500 on their campaign.
Yeah.
You never know.
He doesn't get that, like, it's not just about YouTube, although that is a huge part of it. Like Comicsgate is this network of people who all have their own specialties and contribute in different ways.
Right.
Like my YouTube channel is terrible because I don't have the time to grow it, although I'm working on it. But where I can't really help someone on YouTube, I can help them on Twitter where I have 1,600 followers. There are all these people who have all these different weaknesses, and it's not all about how many clicks are you getting.
Yeah. It says, just read Kaiju Spirits. Thanks for $5. That night, Jeremy self-immolated himself and jumped into an electrified pool to douse the flame. At least he probably won't mouth off again.
I hate to see it, but at this time, he was annoying me a long time ago. I used to pay attention to him, and then
I was never subbed to him personally. Because I thought he was kind of, I was just like, oh, he's just a YouTuber. He doesn't really talk about anything except for he's literally chasing algorithm, right? He's he goes on Google or whatever, and he's like, what's trending today? Oh, I'll talk about this, and it's like, I mean, what is Quartering made famous for? He got punched in the back of the head by some idiot, right? Which sucks, and it should not happen.
That's how I learned that he existed, was that incident.
Now, I'll be honest with you. Now, Vinny, you sound like a kind of guy, man after my own heart kind of thing. I don't know. If somebody punched me in the back of the head, I ain't worried about no damn lawsuit.
No.
I'm going to beat the fuck out of them in front of his friends and family.
I was about to say, I'm not going to sue somebody for punching me. I'm going to fucking fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you pretty much see how De Niro and Pesci, when they take someone down, you keep stomping on them. Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty much me. After they go down, I won't stop. You're gonna have to get a couple people to pull me off.
Yeah. It's like I'm
Out of freedom shots till the cops pull me off.
Oh man, but no,
that guy's not a small guy. Am I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so, I don't know.
That's what guys got me. I say, Jeremy is not a small dude, but he pussed out, right? He just please don't hurt me. Like what?
Well, I don't know the guy honestly, and I told Ethan, I don't know about that stuff, but all I know is that they were kind of friendly. And then he kind of turns his back on him with this the other night.
Well, it's not the first. I mean, I have a feeling. Look, I went and looked at what I could see of the stream, and saw that he was looked like he was a bit inebriated. And the last time he got inebriated like that, he got into a big fight with Medicare on Twitter, and Medicare just made him look stupid, for a few hours. And then he woke up the next morning. He's like, "Oh man, I don't even realize what I did." I'm like, "Oh Jesus." Fucking idiot.
That's a good sign.
Yes. I can say this: no matter how much I drink, and even if I don't like the person, I am not going to take their comic and do shit to it.
Yeah.
If I bought the damn comic, I'm keeping the goddamn comic. I bought it for a reason. I either liked them then or I liked the comic.
Yeah, it's crazy. Out of all the people who got like blackout drunk, the only person who really made a fool of themselves was the quartering.
Yeah. That makes me feel so much better.
And we're talking about. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, some of us almost died.
From Wolf Mama, fucking goddamn it.
Wolf Mama, the Wolf Empress.
Yeah, I cannot handle going back and watching that because I don't remember the bad stuff. Like
she, from howling at the mic into the mic. And of course, Carl, stripping naked just about. And
the last thing I actually remember is I need to record a thing so that I can also play on Marioki. That was like the last thing I remember.
I just got to say for that 2021 con, Carl, if you get drunk, do not be near Ro.
Oh yeah. Ro's like your enabler, dude. He's like,
that's the only reason why you went that far.
He's a silver-tongued Arab. He fucking.
I know. All he had to say was, "Carl, take off your shirt."
He whispers sweetness, like sweet things in your ear, and it's fucking. He's like what's his face? That like fucking.
I will say this.
What's the name of that original assassin dude? What the fuck was his name?
James Bond?
No. Like the actual Hashashins, those dudes, the fucking old school guys that were like he where assassins come from is there was like this weird cleric guy who used to take men into this opium garden and get them stoned as fuck, and then he'd like knock them out and then bring them into some other fucking temple with all like women and shit and make them believe they're in heaven, and then he would like wean them off the drugs. And then he would be like, hey, if you want to go back to heaven, you have to kill this dude for me. That's where like assassins come from. He's some fucking ancient dude. That's what Ro is.
I know who he's talking about, but I can't remember for the life of me what his name was.
Now you mentioned opium, and then Vinny mentioned white drugs earlier. So you know what that means, Carl.
Oh, here we go. Woo, it's that time.
Cocaine.
Oh, fantastic. Cocaine.
Chimera says in chat Altair, but I think that's Assassin's Creed.
No, he was a character in Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to be the idiot to be like, wasn't that in Assassin's Creed?
So
I'm not the only one that was sitting here thinking that.
Chimera says thanks, Chimera.
Hassan Ibu Al Sabah. That's his
yeah.
Got him. That is the name.
I've heard that name before, so yeah.
That's what fucking Ro is, a silver-tongued Arab. Making young boys do his bidding, do his evil bidding.
Oh shit!
Making young boys do his fitting. He's the cock whisperer.
It just cracks me up. Like people just do what he says, and he's even said like, yeah, I get a laugh out of like people just doing what I say. Like I talked to him on some stream, and he was like, "All right, Murphy, take your shirt off," and I was just like, "No, like." Why would I do that? And like all the other guys just started cracking up.
Like he had what's his name? Drew Love. Captain Love. And had him on like one night, and he had Drew had stood up for some reason, kind of profiled stand up, so you can see him from his profile, and like fucking Ro was like, "Oh man, brother, you look great, brother. Take your shirt off, brother. What's going on?"
I remember that he was like, "Drew, call all your cats," and then suddenly like Drew was covered in like 5 cats.
Oh god!
And Ro couldn't he couldn't stand it. Like he lost it.
He's like, what the fuck is going on here, brother? What's that?
I have to interrupt this really quick for a shout out to Perth Comics because YouTube is the only place I know him. Perth Comics made if you want like a summary, if you haven't seen those streams and you just want a summary of Drunk Pipert, Perth Comics has a perfect one on his channel.
Yeah, he made
animated.
He
animated.
dubbed over a little animation, and
yeah, it's so great.
It even has special appearances by Battle Made a Knuckle Bomb.
Yeah, and Malin. Oh my God.
She has not for a week. She has not said the name right.
I have been broken since that stream.
Keep calling him Malin.
It's that stream's fault. What the fuck?
Every day, but no. And it has special. I think it had what's on Wenger's next book that he's coming out with, or the Aldrich or whatever.
Aldrich,
yeah. It had him as an appearance, and then it showed the Vespus in the sky coming in after the thing was over. It was pretty funny.
Oh, my phone gun died.
Awesome.
And Piper's getting drunk again. Got 3 beers.
Yeah, but it's beers this time.
Have you eaten anything?
And I ate today. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I remembered to eat today, and it's beers. So you'll get Pipper, maybe.
I'm gonna get Pipper, but not Pipper. Pipper.
I don't think I would have to drink all 13 of these.
Because then we'd have to play.
And that one's care of Cider Hype.
Yeah.
All of this is proof I'm never gonna live that night down.
That reminded me of Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, if you get her tight like she was last week, it might turn into Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh my God. The fact that the second somehow I managed to have enough brain power to not take off my clothes all the way until after the stream.
Yeah.
But not enough brain power to turn StreamYard off.
Let me I'm gonna for all you streamers out there, if you ever get if you got some people on your stream who will probably get inebriated, be the designated streamer.
Yeah, you always because I do want to get on a stream and it's just me, Cecil, and Carl drinking. They'll be drinking games, drinking contests, whatever we have to do. We need a designated streamer to kick us when we're doing something bad.
Right. All right, we'll call Row.
Oh God,
no. Fuck no.
That already tells me that stream would have to be on DLive, period.
Right. It might end up being on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Right. Good.
Fucking A.
Pipper is basically like Super Saiyan guy. It's definitely Super Saiyan something. It's Super Saiyan werewolf.
It's like that one character from One Piece who has to drink or something like that to get powerful. I don't know. I know. Yeah. Oh no, I showed my weebness. I'm sorry. Oh no.
That was the secret to werewolf milk.
That is true. Ro was the only one telling Carl to stop drinking. After he told him to take his shirt off, he tried to get Carl to calm down. He's like, "Come on."
So maybe Ro wouldn't be so bad.
I mean, he was on there and he was telling Cecil, Cecil, brother, we love you. You don't have to be drunk to entertain us.
Yeah, man.
From what everybody says, he does. So
he's the voice of reason.
Yeah. Wait a minute, I thought he was running a terrorist organization.
First it's everyone take off your clothes, then it's okay, guys, you had enough.
Yeah. It's all right, I'm calling everybody an Uber.
I was drunk. I didn't blink once. There's a reason that my camera's not on right now. Well, there's multiple reasons. My camera's not on right now while I'm drinking.
No more of that, right?
Right. The main reason is because I've had a shit day, so I look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like shit. So
should I show the edit that I made of the Prime thing that you didn't like at first, but now you kind of like it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
For a second, I forgot it. I was like, wait, what did he do to it again?
Yeah. So I have this little thing. It was from the Transformers Dark of the Moon. And it's, Optimus saying, today in the name of freedom, we take the fighting to them. And that's talking, it's kind of like, rallying cry, Comicscape, blah, blah, blah. And originally it had just Piper's still image, just like her avatar, right?
Yeah.
And,
just to cover up what's his face, yeah.
Yeah, just cover up Shield of Booth because fuck that guy. And Piper didn't like it. She said it's too quick. It doesn't make sense. Blah blah blah. So fine, I'll make it better. And I went and made it better after that stream. So, and the other person in this is Evil Bob. So just to give context of what's going on here. So here we go.
For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
Yeah.
God bless.
I just like the mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Mhm. I see. See, he understands where the wolf milk.
The great rallying cry.
Yeah. But I think this is something we can all agree with. I'm gonna play this again because there weren't enough people here before. But I think this is something that everybody on the panel will agree with, that we don't want none of these.
Fat broads and horse-faced lesbians.
I don't think she's gonna win with those kind of words.
Apparently, what I'm told, she was repeating things that Bloomberg had said. So.
Yeah, she was blaming him, but man, that cut is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let me get that Dio stuff off the screen. Fuck him.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about it.
Well, let's just say, I mean, the one thing I will say is, like, as a point I've made on this show before, there was one story in the past, besides, I like the rebirths and things like that, but there's one story that I really liked from the last few years, and that was Identity Crisis. I thought it was a really good, like, kind of murder mystery with superheroes kind of story. The unfortunate thing is that led into fucking Identity Crisis, Final Crisis, New 52, all this other bullshit. I was like, so it became one of those, I love it, but I hate it. Right?
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck this shit. I don't care anymore. Man in Lunacy for $2. Show the Perth Comics Piper video. Oh, man.
Hills I would gladly die on. Wow. There was something before that. No, that's what it was. Anybody that thinks I get stuff for links or referrals is full of crap. I get a hard time and a lot of work. James Hayes is the hardest working mod there is because he does multiple streams at once and he is on it with everybody's links like that.
He seriously is, man.
Yep. What's really funny about that is, like, once again, we're talking about the whole data with referrals and things like that. So if he's shilling it, like, say, on this stream, for example, it'll be his referral, right? It won't be yeah. So it'll be kind of weird, I said that'll be kind of a weird referral. Do you count that as a YouTube referral? You know what I mean? Like,
right, yeah. And yeah, I was curious about that too. Like, if we're dropping it in the descriptions, like, again, is that YouTube that gets it? Is it us? It's weird.
Exactly.
Personally, well, I don't care, just as long as people are going to those places.
Yeah, and it depends where they're grabbing the link from. If they're grabbing someone else's referral link, or if, like, they could not even be signed into Indiegogo and grabbing the link and posting it back in,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say I just checked the Gods Fear Me and it made some money.
Yeah, it did, man. Thank you, everybody.
No.
Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man, that's great.
We checked Through the Woods while we were sitting here. All right, I'm disappointed with this chat. People need to go back Through the Woods.
Yeah, get in there. Maybe you need to show the Kelsey Shannon video.
Oh yeah. I'll do that. Hold on a second. Let me
That should help with some sales.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's turn the audio on. There we go. Through the Woods, and that is the third one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This book, I believe, is Piper approved too.
It is. It has wolves in it.
Yep.
Fantastic.
All right. Here's that.
Yeah, if you want the official stamp to put on the page.
So
maybe you should make a video as well.
So I got to put wolves in detail.
Yeah.
To get the official Piper approved stamp, because it's like a werewolf thumbs up on the stamp. Wolves, well, more than just like wolves. They have to be like they're talking or important or something, or werewolves or wolf type monsters, wolf demons, whatever. Yeah.
Or commies or Nazis or.
No, not those kind of wolves. No, Mike, stop. No.
Oh, well.
They have to resemble wolf or something in some way, and then you can have the Piper seal of approval stamp, and either you can do whatever you want with it. Don't fucking do what Raptro does with it.
Yeah, Raptro, like one of our.
I had to make a new version because I'm retarded.
Yeah, Raptro stuck it on Mein Kampf.
Yeah, and I think some like Sonic freaking furry porn thing. So.
Oh,
yeah.
Let me see.
No, not Wolf Rug. They have to be a character. They have to do something. But
all right, let's show. Okay, guys, this is how you sell books. I'm just letting you know. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to know about like how many pages it is or anything like that. This is how you sell a fucking comic book.
He's a genius.
Back through the woods today on Indiegogo.
That's all you need. You don't need nothing else.
The cover. That's it. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that, man. Yeah.
I like that. I wouldn't trust that Piper approval seal. She approved Deadbeats. That's the unofficial seal. Thank you.
And Kelsey, he actually has a piece that's going to be in the book. I'm putting it in the gallery section. But if I hit 25K before March 19th, which will be like, the initial run of the campaign, anyone who backed it from day one up until that point will get the ash can for free.
Oh man, I'm glad I backed it.
Yeah, already. Hell yeah! So, I need to make that clear because a lot of people think they were getting a little bit confused. But yeah, it was from January 19th to March 19th. If you back it in that time period and we hit 25K, you're gonna get a free 20-page ash can added to your order.
But
what?
On the bright side, you were 4,062%.
Right. Yeah, I gambled a bit on that.
I like that. Can you play it again? I missed it. I will be right back.
I guess we'll play it again then. I mean, I'm not opposed to playing this again. I don't know about
it. Do it.
Just,
Back through the woods today on Indiegogo.
Now at half speed.
Kelsey's a marketing genius. Why don't he have it on his own crowdfunded book?
Good question.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, Kelsey? Gosh. I mean, didn't they give him he basically had an idea of what some weird luchador that comes from a fucking it was some weird. I was like, do it, freaking do it,
man. I think anything he puts out, we're all gonna run out there and buy it.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's like
he's a great guy and fucking super talent.
Mm-hmm. And he's trying to talk to the lady, so I love it. Yeah, but Vinny, we never had you on just to talk about the book. I've got it. I've got the 3 issues. And I went through. I didn't want to go through them too much because I'm sending those to drunken McDrunker over here.
Nice.
But yeah, it's like the art is, of course, the art's superb. It's yours, Yeah.
Thanks, man.
And what I read is a really good story. So.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, I did the first draft on issue 1, and it was actually going to be a horror book because by the end of it got very bloody. But I had my brother read it too because we came up with these characters together years ago, and I said, "Dude, what do you think?" I actually did something with them, and he's like, "Dude, this is awesome." But hear me out, And he goes, "What if we go a little more suspense, a little more ghost? We save some of the horror for certain spots." I said, "Yeah, I'm all right with that." So he did his draft of the first issue, which it stayed pretty much close to what I had. We just we removed the character and we changed the ending, and I really dug it. So I'm like, "Yeah, dude, why don't you write the next couple of issues?" And we bounced ideas back and forth. We came up with this really cool tale. But yeah, I mean, essentially, without trying to give too much away. It is about this woman, Laura Langley. She's an investigative reporter who she inherits this property in upstate New York that none of her other relatives wanted. And she couldn't understand why, because it's a lot of land. And she ends up finding out that it was a loggers camp 100 years in the past. And there was some really horrible, tragic things that happened there. And she finds out that the land is still haunted. And she's kind of brought to this old cabin that's on the property, behind the main house, and that's where she mistakenly reawakens a restless spirit. And from there we get into everything. But I have really cool flashbacks throughout each of the issues, where we give the story, the backstory of what happened, again, which was pretty messed up, but it's a very satisfying read. And yeah, there's a lot of that last issue. I was very proud of what we did. because there was a lot going on in my personal life around that time when I was working on issue 3, and it was hard. I was juggling a few things, but what I ended up coming out with, I was very happy. You know how we close out the story, the amount of detail that went into it. There's a guy who did a really amazing review on the 3 floppies without giving away the 3rd issue, which was fucking awesome. And he compared us to well, he didn't compare us to, but he took out a Snyder book, and he was talking about how the flashbacks were handled in that particular book. I think it was called Wake, and then how I handled it in this book. And he goes, you know, Snyder, he can't hold a fucking torch to these guys. They are amazing what they did, and what Vinny did with how I did the actual flashbacks. Because in issue 1, I kind of I take it into sepia, but then there's a pivotal part where I pull the viewer in. So I start with sepia and I slowly start to add color. So by the time you get to the last couple of pages in that sequence, it's like you're there, like you were pulled right into the story.
Oh, that's cool. I like that use of color.
Thank you. I mean, I've never seen that done in a comic book before. It's either one or the other. And, you know, it was tricky, but I was very happy with the outcome.
I'm trying to get to so Piper can see the wolf.
I've seen it.
There it is. Yeah.
Why do you think I said it's Piper approved already?
Well, you were saying werewolf earlier, so I'm making sure you know. There's a bear.
No, I said it has to be.
Hey, is that Bear Zerker? Is he about to get fucked up?
I was gonna say, I believe, like, because in this the wolf is like got human intelligence, right?
What?
Or can talk?
No. There's no talking wolves in here.
No.
It's more real world type stuff, and then there's like a ghost element that ends up happening with this story.
Okay, it might have been a different one that somebody has a talking wolf companion.
No, this is like he's a hybrid between a wolf and a dog, and
I want one.
Just remember that she's a little bit drunk right now.
Yeah, no, I mean I probably got it confused. There is a comic right now that has a wolf that can that's a wolf, but it's like
Doggen.
No, I know what Doggen is. that does have the Piper seal of approval, but he won't take it. He stopped talking to me.
and by the way, what I had up there on the bottom of the campaign with those that TV interview shit, that I put that up just to slap the SJWs in the face when Referrals was coming after me.
Nice.
As a fuck you, because I'm not, you know, I haven't just been specific to he's male whatever toxic male fandom or whatever. No, I've my career has spanned all over the place. I've worked for everyone. And that shit right there got me a whole lot of exposure, which is really cool. And so they could see it and get slapped in the face. So they, you know, and you know, it worked. They stopped attacking me.
And then of course all the companies that you've done work for.
I was lead designer at McFarlane Toys. I did stuff with Toy Biz, weapon designs that made it into a couple of video games for Capcom.
Nice.
A lot of cool shit. Covers for Image.
You still get the Piper seal of approval because that wolf's cool. So
thank you.
Well, at least I want to say, Vinny, at least on your, you may also be interested in part. At least they have 2 comic books. Last night we were looking at Rockabilly Road Trip. It had this. This is
it
like
suggested all sorts of. You had to scroll and scroll and scroll, and then finally cash grab, and then you scroll some more, and eventually you get one of these. I can't remember. It's the Unforgettable Tales. Not even Wrecked Planet.
Happy. Choose how you feel. Like, oh Lord.
Okay.
There was one. Where was it at? Wonder if it's here. Oh yeah, the Queen G playing cards. The first deck of cards where men and women are equal.
Oh my god. Should that be over on Kickstarter?
Right? Oh look, Disco Vagabond. That really goes through the woods, right? There's Cash Grab. Where was that one? That one's gonna get shut down.
Oh my god. Crazy. It's a fan film?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they have like specific things like don't fund fan films, right? You just don't fund, like that. But there were some weird ones last night that we were looking at. I was like, what in the world? That's like, this has nothing to do with rockabillies or road trips. Like,
I do wonder, how do you crowdfund a film?
I guess you do what they did. You put it on I mean, fan film money. If you're doing like a film, like an original story, you just be like anything else. But fan films, they really shouldn't be like doing.
Well, like films, I think films and it's like films and games in general are so hard.
Yeah.
To like just bring true because there's so much you have to deal with and so much communication, that's one of the reasons why like I think a lot of these like people, the for the fans type and the culture spurgers or whatever, like when they discount Comicsgate, it's like, man, the reason why Comicsgate works so well is because comics are so easy to produce to a professional standard at an independent level.
Yeah.
And that means we can actually have a profit margin and we can start growing a profit margin. And then we can start investing that in other stuff, in games, in videos, in movies, and whatever over time.
And into the campaign itself. I mean, through the woods, it wasn't going to be a hardcover book at first. It was a stretch goal, and we hit it so quickly. I just said, fuck it. I changed the title of the actual campaign, and now, it's officially the hardcover collected edition. But on top of it, like, I also have... the size of the book is going to be bigger. So it's more of a European format, something really special for the fans, because hardcover isn't cheap to do, and people see that number and they're like, oh, he's doing all right. Yeah, I'm doing all right. But at the same time, most of that is going into printing and shipping, I'm still adding extra cool shit because it's for the fans. This thing is awesome the way that we're doing it, because we keep growing and we're getting cooler and cooler products out of it.
And I think it would be, and once again, like I say, it's safe to say, without Comicsgate, this wouldn't be a hardcover.
Exactly. Exactly. I've said it a bunch of times.
Yeah, because we, the fans, funded it, got it where you said, if it gets here, I'll do a hardcover. It got there. Okay, I'm doing a hardcover.
That's what I said. We hit the next one. You guys are getting a free fucking ash can. 20 pages. Other CG artists are going to be in it. I mean. Yeah, I'm going all out. Plus a surprise gift that's going to be added to that.
Oh,
I'll say it after we hit the 25. But yeah, I mean, right now we have the bookmark is unlocked as well for you guys. I want to keep tacking stuff on, but the thing is, like, I'm at a slight disadvantage with how my campaign is being run, because like a lot of people, like, they're not finished with their books yet. So when they go in demand, they can keep tacking on stuff and make those goals bigger. I have a short window because I'm ready to go to print as soon as the campaign's done, right? I get my money and then I go straight to the printer. So that's why I can't keep those certain things open, because if I do, then other people are going to get shortchanged, and I don't want to do that either. So that's why I said the backers who jump on this, within that window, they're going to get that ash can for free as long as we hit the 25. Yeah. So that's why I urge them back early. Because then I don't even know how long I'm going to keep this in demand for.
Right.
Because, again, I'm going to have a certain number that I have to have printed. Obviously I go over, but yeah, there's a lot that goes into this that people don't pay too much attention to.
Hey, well, for one, check out the. Yeah, I shouldn't be the one reading that right now.
What do you mean, the super chat here?
Yeah, read the super chat.
Yeah, check out he meant Acevedo. The guy we had on last night, Piper.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Check out the Acevedo cover on God's Fury.
Y'all need to use first names.
What the thing is the first name's Preston, and we're trying not to.
Check out the good Preston cover.
Go by Nicky the Pipe. That's his handle on Twitter.
Yeah, Nicky the Pipe or Doc Salem. He said he'll answer any of them.
Yeah, that one. I don't memorize the last names as well. That and our own panelist Xavier.
He's stuck.
Can't get in because we have 6.
Well, I'll probably be tipping off soon because it's fucking late as shit here.
Yeah.
Hey, what time is it there?
It's like it's 10 to 5.
Jesus.
Damn.
I'm just finishing up a drawing and then I can go to bed.
Well, Well, that's why my camera's not on either. I'm trying to get some work done.
Nobody wants to put their cameras on.
Well, I don't mind so much, but yeah, not while I'm working, you're gonna see that half my face. You're gonna see the side of my face.
Yeah, or it's like I've seen when Carl's like working, and he'll like have his camera on, and you just see the top of his head for like hours. You know, like
I've decided my policy on streams is if I'm on somebody else's stream, I'll use the camera. On this stream, if we have like a guest to promote their book and stuff, I won't use the camera so that they're the only ones using one half the time. More attention's on them. And streams like this, I would be using my camera except for today, just because today sucked. So I decided that is how I'll divvy up using camera versus using our cool little.
I think we're in Pipper territory right now.
Oh, Pipper, yeah, no.
We're definitely near Pipper right now.
Yeah, we're nearing Pipper, but not Piper.
We're not getting to Piper because Piper is a weird little meat.
Piper is a giant bottle of wine on an empty stomach.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well,
this is a couple of beers on a full stomach. So
when you get to that level, we gotta go to D Live and you get rowing.
Somebody said to play the Perth Comics thing again.
Well, I was going to show since the guy paid for it, I'm going to show God's Fear Me. So
yeah. So if you want to see the Perth Comics Piper thing again, apparently you got to pay, or you can go on his channel and see it for free.
You got to pay. I didn't say they had to pay.
That's what you made it sound like.
No, I just said
the other thing was requested first, but this one was requested with money. So.
Exactly. I mean, that's the money takes priority. That's how capitalism works, Piper. We don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Perk Comics video was a super chat as well.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm really bad now.
Probably. Oh, it was.
I'm sorry. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, that's right. It was. Yeah.
But we want to show good Preston art.
Hey, man. That is a beautiful piece. I love that.
Yeah. It was specifically, he said he repeated it last night, Murphy, that specifically that you were not allowed to color this.
No, I know. We had a long conversation. I know.
I will fight you too.
And this is pencil, right? This ain't ink. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. And like I was on Adam AF stream last night, and we were talking about this. Like, I think ultimately, it's going to pair nicely with the main cover, regardless if we get Donald DeLay at 12K or if we just go with the standard cover, which is probably going to end up being Sim's pinup, because I really fucking love that thing.
Yeah.
So I think like all the hot neon dripping off of that thing is going to pair nicely with just like like a bare bones like black and white pencil cover.
Yeah, do you have that up here? Yeah, here you go. This is the Sim cover.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. And there's Passion's
he's great
print. That was really good too.
Yeah, man.
And this is Narwhal's colors.
Yeah. That was Narwhal stepping in when, because like Narwhal and I hang sometimes, and so when the bad Preston started going after us, Narwhal was like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna do some coloring, get you some more press, man." I'm like, okay.
I'm not gonna fight you on that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to,
right? And that's another thing, though. I like we're tight knit.
Yep.
We're helping each other. Somebody's good for it because you're good for it when they need something. Like,
the day you can ask Murphy, like the day I found out that Methvin was going after him. You didn't. I was like, dude, what's going on? And you told me, and I'm like, well, fuck that guy, right?
Yeah, I remember like I was running errands with the family, and I was like, hey, if you don't mind having like a group chat with like my whole family in the van, I'll tell you what's up.
I didn't care at all. I was like, yeah, bring on, got to talk to everybody, and he explained to me like what how Methy was trying to gaslight him and all this other bullshit. I'm like, well, fuck him,
yeah, that guy's a crazy fuck.
Yeah. But apparently somebody asked us, tell us about the tell us about the God's Fury. He said, sell him on the book. He wants to spend money on you. So
Hey, I would love for them to spend money. Okay, I got this memorized down pat. So, God Fear Me is equal parts Lovecraft, cyberpunk, sci-fi, and horror. 200 years after the fall of man, we're introduced to Kedzie, a one-armed android who is on a quest for vengeance across the wastelands of Earth, searching for the Puppet King. The Puppet King is an alien god who's destroyed her arm in combat. And during her journey, she crosses paths with a young boy named Brian, who might be the key to saving what little is left of mankind. It's at this point that she has to decide between following her programming and chasing her thirst for vengeance. The book comes in at 32 pages, and the base product is $15. There's 2 planned sequels for the very near future, and we'd love to have each and everybody listening come along for the ride.
There you go. There you go. And this is like Murphy knows this is a special project for me because this is my fuck you to Methwin. This is literally my special fuck you to Methwin project.
I had you in mind when I came up with the schemes and scams perk.
Yeah, let me scroll down here. This is my favorite fucking perk ever. Let's see. It's here at the bottom, right? Yeah, they're here. Yeah. Schemes and scams special, which ironically enough, would get this to 10K, so we could have.
Yeah, I would.
Somebody do this one, damn it!
Yeah.
Can you?
I say, knowing I'm poor as shit and could never do it myself.
Yeah. You gotta, yeah. That's right. You gotta go. I think it was a Vinny. You were doing the little whistle on there. Schemes and scams.
Scams.
Get up! The guy just sounds like he just sounds like he's on meth, right? Like he just like. I've already got my.
He sounds, and he's a few face sores short of looking like he's on.
He needs a couple more.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just fit.
I don't know why he's always looking for the attention all the time. He's not even making anything. He's not a creator. What the fuck is he fighting about?
See, that's the main thing I don't get is why is he important? Why is anybody listening to his crap and reacting to his crap?
Piper, you know why? He's a manly man.
Oh yeah.
Ja, Mandy, man.
Wow.
Ja, Mandy, man.
Wow.
Ja, Mandy, man.
Oh wow.
Ja, Mandy, man.
I almost forgot. That's right.
Holy shit. That was great.
I have a prediction about how this is going to turn out. Like when it comes to Mike funding his next book.
Wait, somebody has claimed the schemes and scams.
Yeah, I was just.
But who did it? Was it Dave?
Wilberforce
says refresh.
Yeah, refresh.
Who done it?
Going back to the top. We've done it.
Ooh, excuse me.
Color.
There you go.
Congrats.
My phone died. I would play sound effects for you, but
I might have something. Let's see if I got something set up. Yeah. So refresh. Okay. Well, I mean, that kind of tells you who did it. Thank you, Mister. You are the man.
Yes. Thank you.
I got a friend. He's on an autism. Who did it? No, for real. Who did it?
I love that clip of it. I was talking to this guy. He's on autism.
Oh yeah. I have a friend of this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are safe from Ultra Force.
Yeah.
This time.
He's on the. Yeah, we got this like threat now. Like if people don't start spending money on these projects, we're gonna start playing Ultra Force episodes. If anybody remembers, Ultra Force is like the cartoon that they tried to do of like some of the products from like the Malibu Ultra line and shit that were like god awful cartoons. Yeah. So, but Carl, you were speaking about
Oh yeah, my prediction because I was talking to someone about this.
Before you say that, I want to play. I'm sure you've seen this, but this is Smell It right here.
What an ingenious plan this was. I am continually impressed by my brilliance.
Honestly, what it really is that one that says, I'm a genius. Oh no, that's
that
Miller.
We need that. We need
that as a clip instead of just a still meme.
Isn't that like that's like from Gundam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a guy going like, I'm a genius, and in the next scene he's like, oh no.
We need to clip those together. That is that's Miller.
Like Smiller's face over it.
Yes.
I'm a genius.
Oh no!
But yeah, Hale Wilberforce Wooster says Liquor Gym. Exactly. Hale.
Yes.
It's an expensive viewing experience. Just saying. That's why I'm like, okay, who the fuck for real did it?
It had to be Wilbur, right? It had to be Wilbur. I mean, because he said, he's the one that said refresh. So.
Right.
I don't know. He said that, but then I got a friend. He's on autism, and then this is an expensive experience.
I got a friend that's on autism. That's and he made some more money. Holy shit! So it keeps going up. Yeah, we got
beautiful
Kingmaker. Yeah.
Right? Goddamn, I love this fucking stream.
Kingmaker. So now Murphy gets to pay himself.
Smiller is Homer Simpson singing "I am so smart" as his house catches fire. Nice.
SMRT. Here you go. Backer 254 for Mike Murphy. Looking forward to it. Yes, hail.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really.
Yeah. So books full color now,
Links
guys.
chat. Oh.
Yeah. Now Murphy can pay himself to be a colorist.
I am a genius. Oh no, meme source is in the Streamlinks chat.
Really?
Yeah, but somebody that likes fucking with videos needs to put Smiller on there and fix it.
Yeah. We need we have to we might have to refer to Adrian on this one.
Yeah.
Or somebody in the
I'm
chat.
no good with video editing, which is why I don't have any videos
I
yet.
can't do it like that. Some people can do it, and just impose it and keyframe it and all that.
Typing hard. Where's Terry?
Yeah. Terry was here earlier,
Yeah, he was.
He gave us the hell the motherfucking brethren.
Yeah. He's probably hanging out somewhere else now.
Yeah. So
is there international shipping on the 2-book version of your campaign?
Did we ever let Carl talk about Smiller?
Oh yeah, wait. There's someone that's saying the international shipping. Yeah, I think when you click into it, it brings you to the add-on section, so you actually have to click through from that, and then you'll see the shipping come up. But yeah, everything goes everywhere.
Apparently, refresh again.
Yep, we got now it. Even.
There we go. Now you're at a even. Yeah.
So is that's about $1,000 already tonight? Almost.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's killer.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's awesome.
All of you, thank you so much. And again, this just goes back to the theme of the night with Malin's video. This is what we can do with Comicsgate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Michael Beacon says all mics will eventually become talented artists / writers. There you go. I was like, except Smiller, he's an idiot.
Hale Beacon. Oh shit.
Yeah, Hale Beacon. This will bring up this. We need this image then.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I always love that one. That's a Simon Pothier.
Yeah, he's great. Did you ever see when he did the what was it from Liar Liar? He took the clip of when Jim Carrey was sucking on the tit.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, he kept wanting me to put last weekend. I was like, no, I'm not showing that on the stream.
Oh my god. Yeah, he was mad. He was like, he was calling you a wuss.
Yeah, he called me a wuss a few times. It was great. But he also
that was one of the best ones.
Have you seen this one, Vinny?
Yeah. Like, they buried in your ass.
Oh, so we showed Vinny's, right? And then we showed this one, right?
So I mean, there's only one left right now, right?
Yeah.
For comics in it.
Yeah. That's first of all, I'm gonna do a real quick read on this. Okay, let me. All right.
If you want to show more of mine later, I also have City of Venus past 17,000 today.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
We'll show that too. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll put
awesome.
it in a second. Let me
it's Friday. People got paid today, except me.
Why did you get paid?
I get paid randomly.
Yeah. Well, see, that's kind of like me. My paydays are like Mondays and Tuesdays right now. So
mine are very random and unpredictable. It's the one I can count on is at the beginning of the month, but that is straight bills, straight to the bills and the rent.
I hear that.
Sure,
Everything else is random and unpredictable, and it just depends on how many people hire me that month.
And now let's show this one.
Oh,
There we go.
Dude.
This
You're
one's turn.
crushing it.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
yeah, dude, we're almost getting there, man. Almost getting the highest funded comic book from Ireland.
So
I asked people.
the
I
number?
asked people who I should cosplay during the CG Con,
Mhm.
and she came up. She looks like one of the most difficult ones.
That's why they want you to do it.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
you have the most difficult part down.
Yeah.
So,
You have the rack for it already.
So what I'm thinking is, if I do her, there's another one that was suggested too that I think I'm going to do the casual versions of. So basically, if I can't make their outfits, I'll do everything I can make and just come close and be like, well, it's her casual day.
yeah, I mean, it's literally white paint, a wig, and a tank top, a black tank top.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Because I probably can't pull off. Probably can't do the jacket on my budget. There's no way.
Just be basic. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm like, well, as long as somebody can recognize, if I can get the pointy bangs right, if they can recognize the characters, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Ooh, like
cool.
What I think Vinny said earlier. What do you have to hit to be the number one?
Yeah. What's the number?
Oh God, I think it's. I had to convert it because it was. I went on Kickstarter. It was a Kickstarter book from a few years ago, and it's the only one that touched anywhere near this territory. Other than this, the second highest was, I think, around about 12 grand, and I beat that like pretty early on in the campaign. So it's sort of weird. It's like this is the last one that ever really spiked here, and then about 12 grand was what was kind of the benchmark for the highest one. So yeah, it's 46,870 dollars.
So you're pretty.
You're gonna do that.
Yeah, and I don't even know what that is because again, it's all fucked up. Some of it's getting all fucked up in conversion because the Kickstarter for this book, it's £36,000, and so it's all like it depends on what the conversion rate was back then versus now versus all this shit, you know.
Yeah. So
but yeah, for me, it's just more and more like the more it gets up there, I'm like, how long can these fucks ignore me? Like, how long can they ignore this? How long, you know? And it's like that guy reached out, like did that fan art for me, the Irish guy. It's like you're being ridiculous if you're not coming over here, man. Like you're just being stupid.
Oh, tell me about it. I've got friends the same thing. They're in the same kind of circles with me from the convention scenes. I told them one of them, he had a book on Kickstarter he launched. I'm like, why don't you come over and do an interview on my channel? He's afraid to because I'm comic skate. I'm like, are you fucking for real? Like, grow up there.
I had some of the worst examples of that, even in the early days of the campaign, where like, you know, like the guy I went to college with, who we really like got together over all the comic shit, you know, and like I was always a bit sort of above him and just like getting my own books out there, printing it, like getting all known, had to go through the entire process, you know. And so I was always giving him shit. I'm like, here, take all my layouts, all the shit you use, all the you know, page templates and everything. This guy still uses that today, and like I thought we were gonna, you know, go into the indie scene and we were gonna climb the ladder of success together and take this whole shit on together, you know, brothers in arm type deal. And like he hasn't even congratulated me on Deathsworn, and there was like the dopey like the kind of dopey, like, you know, girls that just go to fucking our college to party, you know. There were those people in my class are the ones that congratulated me, and I was like, that's insane. Like my guy that I was like fucking willing to go to war with won't even fucking talk to me, but people who have no interest in this stuff in reality are like amazed at it. I'm like, man.
Damn, man.
Because it is something that's fucking amazing, and the type of person that was, that sounds like he would end up being your Miller.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you know what, when you cross that number, when you get past that 46, let's say you hit 47, 48, You should send them a book of matches.
So you need in US dollars, you need to get above 47. Is what you're saying?
Oh god, I just had it up and I just forgot entirely what it was.
Yeah,
Okay, here we are. Yeah. It's 46,870.
And that's in US dollar.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, my US dollars, it's so annoying because every day it changes when you look at it in US dollars. Like it'll go up or down a little bit, and it's fucking annoying.
Oh,
I always get
goddamn it.
worried. I'm like, did someone refund me? Did someone? It'll go up or down. I'll start freaking out. Look at all my emails.
They refunded you $6.
I know the friends that I have kept outside of college, I think are ones that, I can count on to be supportive, especially like the best friend I made in college, got her super into comics. She got me even more into anime, and she was there for Gamergate, asking me to clarify all the stuff she was reading online, and same with Comicsgate, asking me to clarify all the, the bad press that she was reading online. And so she's with us. So I think the college friends I've made, I at least think are on my team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can say that.
Ed asked, how long will your Indiegogo run for, Carl?
I'm gonna keep it open until we start prepping for print, and I'm finishing up. I should be finished all the inks for book 1 tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm working on basically finishing up the second last page of inks, and then I have the last page to do, which is already I've already chipped away a bit of that. So tomorrow, all the inks for book 1 will do, and I'll do an update. And I'm gonna show all the color progress, and because I went back and I recolored a bunch of stuff. I recolored like 6 pages like 3 times. But so yeah, I've been going at it. But yeah, so literally tomorrow, all these pages get sent off to all the rest of the pages get sent off to my flatter. He flats it. While that's going on, we're gonna have other jobs I have to knock out. I have jobs for Murphy I'm gonna knock out, and then I finish off the Ashcan. So I mean, I'm hoping to finish it by the end of March. So it'll be a bit late. We're gonna hit that estimate. But at the same time, it's like my campaign has been so weird. It's like grown so much outside of the funding. It's in demand, Yeah. It's crazy. It's like some people will be angry at me, and other people will be happy because they'll think they're getting it super early.
Shit, man. I still want your ash can. I know when I backed it, I think you didn't even have the ash can yet.
Oh yeah, dude. That's funny because I was talking to you about Mixam today, and I was looking up their stuff, and they have like the paper and stuff I want. They have that off-white natural paper, the uncoated stuff. I want to print the Ashcan on that.
Speaking of Mixam, I gotta say, Vinny, you were ahead of the game, brother. Like,
yeah.
Especially now that everybody's getting coronavirus in China.
Dude, that's what I said from day one. I'm like, I don't trust China. I don't want shit. It takes forever, first of all, to get stuff from them. And I was looking at their prices. I wasn't even happy with their prices or their quality. These guys I tried out, I was blown away. I dumped my my old printer, which they did all right quality, but for City of Venus, my test samples that came, I was furious with them, and they weren't correcting it. And they were, we'll try again. And then they tried blaming me. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I sent it over to Mixam, and first shot, boom, nailed it. Perfect. I didn't change a single file.
And I can say for that, and those are great quality.
Looking at City of Venus is what made me really want to start investigating Mixam, because I have printers lined up over here. But for the book thing, I'm really looking for the books. I really want someone that's like present and like so you can really hold them accountable. And Mixam, like their online presence is really good. They're always putting out previews of the stuff they're printing and like talking about it. Like they're happy to print this stuff,
Oh, yeah.
Like I think it's mainly like the books printed in America they'll post like previews of, but the books that are printed in the UK they'll like do talk throughs of, like they'll flip it open and you'll hear the guy talk about the paper type that they use and everything. Like they're really happy to put out this stuff, and I'm like, man, I need. And I was looking at City of Venus, and City of Venus is like a fucking mirror. It's like the cover of it is like you could see yourself. It's so glossy,
dude.
And
the hardcover on Through the Woods. I got my gloss edition of that because there was a little goof and they fixed it, and they sent me extra copies of the proof ones. Maybe I'll even sell one. I don't know, but yeah, dude, same deal. It is like a reflection. The quality on this is jaw dropping. That's why I cannot wait for people to get this book in their hands. I had a photo on the actual campaign of the actual book. I put it up, just for that same reason, man. People have to see it. When you see it in person, it's like, holy shit, where the hell did you get this done?
Nice.
I'm gonna have to send Piper her copies because I have those. So
well, yeah. See, those original 3 that you have, that's not Mix'em. That's my old printer.
So that's the old printer. Well, that's the old Venus specifically.
City of Venus. Yeah, that was Mix'em.
So would you suggest Mix'em for everybody, or?
Oh yeah, anyone who asks me, I tell them right off the bat. I mean, I got no problem saying that because I'm the first guy that was doing it in Comicsgate with them.
Okay.
I went through their website and just like put everything in and then went in to see what the uploading the files is, and it's really cool. Even the uploading your files, like you can upload it all as single images if you want, and it has like a whole thing where you lay it out as its own book, and it collates
you can lay it out I mean, I figured I would just give them the PDF
like it's
of
like
book
InDesign,
form,
like they have
that's
you can
cool.
upload a PDF and then it lays it all out as if it's like InDesign again, and then you can look at it like and do your
Nice.
final sort of edits to it and shit.
Oh wait, that
really
would definitely help somebody that can't physically go there.
Oh,
for sure, and talk to them. That would definitely help. That's awesome.
Absolutely, because that's the thing. That's how I had to resize all 98 pages of this book because it was going to be soft cover. So then when I changed the size and everything else on it, I had to resize every page. And the best way of doing it was using their uploader. And because what you have to do is you got to add extra to whatever page is getting glued into the spine and into the inside of the book. You need extra.
You need to make that extra space. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So nothing gets no important information gets cropped out.
I mean, I usually do that when I'm making the PDF, but I still like the idea that you can still see it with them and make sure it's going to, definitely make sure it's going to print right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And James Hayes is once again on the ball, getting
right on the ball, right? Just already.
Get the link to the
that was one thing that I know when I was getting closer to making the actual campaign. Mm-hmm. That was one thing that I wanted to go around and get people's opinion on is what printer do you use and why?
That's a big consensus about a lot of people.
Nice.
Because, I have a feeling even your friend Malin is thinking about.
Well, yeah, he actually
poor guy.
Yeah, he asked me as well. The last time I was on the show and before Ethan had him in suspension, he was like, Vinny, who do you use? And I told him and I hear him jotting it down. He's like scribbling it. Man, I'm gonna look at them.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to because right now, printing is just down. They're not doing anything.
It's fucking scary over there. I mean, I know a lot of people go, it's not such a big deal. Yeah, it is. They're not telling everyone what the fuck's going on.
I saw something about that. I think it was actually Mr. Mediker said something on Twitter, and because Singapore has some cases, and right now they had 0 deaths from it, and Singapore is one of the countries over there that has good infrastructure to handle something like this. So if they fail, it's going to be a bad day.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people are using
Print
Ninja, and that's becoming a problem because of
which is some bullshit because the Chinese didn't have ninjas, but
right. But yeah, I heard it is becoming a problem.
Japanese
because of that.
But where was that? Oh, real quick. Let me check it one more time. I would say, yeah, God's Fear Me is officially over $1,000 raised tonight because now it is at $10,340.
Yeah, someone,
Holy shit!
someone
That is awesome.
Joe Ball card.
Oh, for real? Nice.
Oh, nice.
And also, I was gonna ask, how did Selena react?
When I told her it was the schemes and scam perk, she just lost her mind. She was cracking up. And she pointed out that this is officially Chibi Comics' first 5-figure campaign.
There you go.
Oh, that's awesome! Congratulations!
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. What was that about? Like Confiscate 9? What was that? Somebody said.
Yeah, I know, right?
Stagnant.
Dude, this is like fucking longer than an Irish funeral.
See, to me, now that people are getting the ball rolling and learning how to do stuff, to me, the more campaigns, the better they're doing.
Yeah, right.
You know, they're not flatlining or doing stagnant, and they're not doing worse. They're doing better. And that's because everybody is starting to, get in the swing of it and understand how they need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. That's what I said. I learned from every campaign that I've done. Last year I did 4 campaigns. This is my 5th one. I made sure everybody got fulfilled. So yeah, that was a shit ton of work, shit ton. And I'm happy for every second that went into this, because this campaign, I mean, the first week I made 10,000 in the first week.
Yeah,
that's amazing. I've never seen anything like that.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was like your fastest campaign, right? Like,
yeah.
Like,
because again, a lot of people they were curious about it because they saw it, that they missed it. It looked really cool. But again, I'm trying to keep a lot of like the pages hidden. Like I removed almost everything off of the first campaign because I don't want spoilers.
Right. Yeah.
Because this is a very special book to me. I mean, Carl has seen some of them, and he goes, "You should put them on the campaign." I'm like, I can't. It's gonna ruin a lot of it.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, if you remove the text and stuff, I don't know if people care so much about the context. Like I try to avoid. I think they don't see it in the context when they just see it flat, and then they just see it as like a promotional image, and they don't put it into the context of the story or anything. I don't know.
I was gonna say, if you post it without the words, or the lettering done, then you can show off the art without people really, especially if you skip pages. Like I'll post this and then I'll post the page that comes after the next page and stuff like that. Then you can showcase the art without giving away what exactly is going on.
It's funny what people will like latch onto as well, because I'll do a huge, big splash page fucking thing that I like pour all effort into, and I really want to be like that. The page
You
that
want
really
that to be
surprises you when it hits you in the story, and you'll post that, and people will be like, "That's great, that's awesome," but the shit that gets picked up and gets shared around and people save and repost will be like, more smaller stuff, more intimate stuff, more like, or just Tatiana with like her tits out or something. People.
Well, that at least is very explainable. But
Eskimo Phono, who was the MVP of the last stream because he donated money so Piper would go to bed.
Make me go to bed.
Yeah.
But that also means that this person made it to where nobody got to see me start taking all of my clothes off. So.
Well, that's good, because then we still have a fucking channel.
That's good. It's good for it's good for me. It's good for me. It's bad for anybody that wanted to see that.
Yeah. But he said I would love to see Vinny draw Chun-Li. I would love to see it.
I did it once in it like a fan piece like years and years ago. When Street Fighter actually had that first comic book from Udon.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
I think it was like in issue 3 or 4. I had Chun-Li giving Sagat a kick to the face, and they were like they were surrounded by like like a group of other characters. Like I mixed Final Fight in there as well. Like
nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But that was a super old piece. But if you guys do want to see a lot of other cool artwork, on City of Venus, I have an exclusive tier. The only way to get my Volume 2 art book is through City of Venus. So if you're gonna back that book, I highly suggest backing both books, because it's a 52-page art book, and I have all different stuff in there: superhero things, video game, realistic portraits of Game of Thrones type characters and things like that, all in it. Well worth it.
Nice. Because I know, was like I think that was the night of the auction, the Ethan auction. And you said like, which do you want? And it was like, I forgot. It was like some sexy lady or Optimus Prime. And I'm the only one in the chat. I was like, Optimus Prime. I want to buy it. I want to buy it.
I still got that piece.
We might have to have a discussion.
You can hit me up after the stream.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But might to exchange some numbers.
Yeah. Well, I put like my art station, so people, if they want to take a quick look at the type of artwork that I do, some who don't know,
Yes,
that
do
has
that.
like
I'll be right back again.
yeah, a lot of like the fandom stuff.
I'll put it in here real quick. There we go. That woman's healthy. In your banner right there.
Oh yeah.
She's very healthy.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's all different stuff that I do. The Star Wars pieces, I'm really proud of those.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I had a blast working on those.
Khal Drogo. These are really good, man.
Thanks, man.
Spider-Man. Like a very, very, very healthy lady. Very healthy.
Dude, you're such a great artist, man. Like, I don't know if I've ever like formally gotten to say that to you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
I mean, look at this. This is. So wait, like, I'm sorry. Going back to what you said about like this is a Jim Lee Batman. Who cares? Look at this.
I don't need to draw Jim Lee Batman. I'm drawing a Vinny Tortorella Batman. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I got more connections to that character than Jim does anyway. My father, he used to know Bob Kane. He used to cut his hair.
There you go. Did you cut Bob Kane's hair? I didn't think so.
Yeah, Mr. Jim Lee.
Yeah, fuck you, Jim. Fuck right off.
Fuck you.
And now you got that what do you call it? Now you're like I guess right now he's the sole EIC.
Well, yeah, now he's the captain of the sinking ship.
Yep. He's like, I bet he's thinking.
He's like, I better kickstart more backpacks.
Exactly.
To fucking to make this ship more buoyant.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Are they going to pick somebody else, or is Jim going to be the guy?
Yeah, well, that's what it's going to be like. It's going to be like all the staff, all the artists, all the writers, everybody will be in this Titanic sinking, and they'll all look up at Jim, and they'd be like, Jim, what should we do? What will we help? And Jim will just jump from the top of the Titanic and land on a raft made of his Kickstarter backpacks.
Yeah. You made one mistake. You said they'll all be looking up at him. They'll be looking down on him. He's very small.
He is a tiny lad, isn't he?
Oh, shit.
I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna take away his talent. I always appreciate his X-Men.
Oh yeah, the X-Men stuff. I love the X-Men stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, never going to take away his talent, but like somebody said, I forgot who said it. It's like, does Jim really give a shit anymore?
No, of course not.
Hey, I'm back. I just want to remind you that somebody, I can't even remember who because it's so far back now, did super chat to play.
I will play it down. Okay? Damn.
Well, no, the only reason I'm reminding you is because I don't even know if they're still in the chat anymore.
Oh yeah, well I'm still going to show it. So give me just a second. I just came across an article on Bounding Into Comics talking about JDA apparently shadows banned on Kickstarter. I'm like, really? I'm so sad.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that today.
Yeah. Oh.
We're covering that, but we're not covering that dude leaving.
Well, we're not covering that at all.
We're not talking about the dude leaving DC, but we're.
Well, we were kind of talking about it, like
we glossed over him.
We didn't even really cover it. We just showed up.
And I'll be honest too, like that guy Dan Didio, he's one of those people where he does have the power to do the right thing, but he hasn't. Mm-hmm. He's got no spine. Because the company, I almost worked for DC. He wanted to hire me, and then he put me in contact with one of his top editors who happened to be a spoiled brat little bitch who only worked with one top tier artist. And he tried to fight with me, and he brought in other gigantic names in this conversation.
Yeah.
Literally, I mean, like fucking Alex Ross, they pulled into this email thread going back and forth, and then he was trying to take my words and flip it. I'm like, that's when I'm like, holy shit, they are so goddamn unprofessional. And where was Dan Didio? He wasn't answering anyone. He scurried away.
Oh,
like the bitch that he is. I mean, these people with no spines, you put them in that kind of position, fuck them.
Well, see, that's the thing, man. I think about and I understand, Ethan, being friendly with Dan and, and all that stuff. But I said, my thing would be like, Ethan, think about this now. He basically told you to lay low.
Right.
I would, if that was my guy, I'd be like, no, this is my guy. I'm not laying low on this guy.
Yeah. He's like, do like me, stick your head in the sand like an ostrich.
Yeah. It's like, dude, just lay low for a little while. Wait till AT&T buys us. It'll be okay. No, fuck that.
Yeah.
Let's watch this. Let's watch this.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike. Before you.
No, I was just gonna say, the coolest thing I can say about Didio is he had the guts to publish. Do you remember that Dr. 13 miniseries?
Yes, vaguely, but yes, I remember
it. Where the entire point of the story is this obscure Silver Age character is hunting down the architects of the universe, and when he finds them, because they're basically fucking up the entire universe, and when he finds them, they're thinly veiled caricatures hiding behind masks, and they're thinly veiled caricatures of Mark Waid, Jeff Johns, and Grant Morrison. That's crazy that book exists, and I think that's the coolest thing under his tenure. That is,
and I also give him credit for bringing back legitimate Supergirl, right?
Sure,
yeah,
and not just plasma morph, whatever that thing was that they were calling Supergirl for all those years.
Well, for all the times that he's been in there for a long time, I'm not going to say everything he did was shitty, but I'm just saying the type of person he is. He's also someone who knew about all of the sex scandals in there, like that Eddie Braganza guy, and they look the other way. So to me, people like that, they have no face, and they'll do anything to get ahead. And then as soon as things look bad, they jump ship.
Yeah,
so that's not a leader.
I can agree with that. Yeah,
that's having no spine.
Right. I agree with that. Yep. So let's watch this Wolf Campaign video.
This is by Perth Comics.
Perth Comics edited this together.
So go to his channel to like it and consider subbing.
Yeah. So everybody gets to see this again. Well, I don't think everybody's seen it. I don't think you guys have seen it, but here we go.
God.
See the Vespas in the background?
That's Malin.
That's Malin right there. Yeah. And then
I am the wolf mama, and this is the source of wolf milk. This is the source. Where do you guys think Melon gets his wolf milk? Melon wolf milk, then you need to take it up the booty. I'm back. I'm the source of Melon's wolf milk. I do. The original, the real, the pure wolf milk. It's right
perfect right there.
For real. Fuck it. Because, oh snap, it's witchcraft. No, it's just lycanthropy. Malin doesn't know I am filled with wolf milk. Malin? Oh, that's making bigger. Breastfeeding, it's wholesome as fuck. Because I'm the source of wolf milk. So. Okay, wolf milk is right here. So we get married. This is the most wholesome shit ever. This is where the wolf milk comes from. This is where Malin gets his wolf milk. This is where the wolf milk comes from. It's milk.
And then suddenly,
一体誰だと思っているの?
The original werewolf mama. Me. May. Glenn.
And then this.
Ow!
Yeah, I voiced him too.
And there's the Vespus again.
This is fucking crazy.
I was gonna say somebody said, did I see Cecil? Yeah, I think Cecil for a split second is in the very beginning.
That's insane.
Because there's a group of people around Malin when he's turning, and for a split second, one of those people is Cecil.
That was amazing.
I'm so glad that I hitched my wagon to you guys. Like, this is the best CG show. Like,
Worried it was featured singing. No, look, I got to voice Malin too. Oh shit.
This is like I said, this community is so fucking talented, right? You get shit like, you know, like,
I freaking love Comicsgate. When I first saw it, I was like, this is so hilarious, and I feel so bad right now, but this is too hilarious. Now I'm finally just in the this is funny as fuck.
Yeah.
It really is.
I was like, all right, this is funny as hell. But it just starts out with, the whole thing starts off, I am the wolf mama.
This is where Malin gets his wolf milk.
Malin, goddamn.
Somebody's got to show that to Malin. Like,
Yeah. How has he not seen that whole stream at this point? Or at least the ass end of it.
yeah, the where you got good and toasted. Yeah.
Yeah, woo. Yeah, all the stuff used in that freaking video is shit I don't remember doing.
No. Yeah. If you listen, you can tell her she was kind of slurring a little bit.
Yeah, I was fucked up. I don't remember that shit. Like I said, the last thing I really remember is talking about how I need to record my tryout for Marioki.
Yeah, Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then at one point she did that whole she said she just goes, "This is for Row."
Yeah, I don't remember that part either. God, and if you watch the reaction video, that is like one of the most the most horrified. Oh shit!
She had a horrified look on her face when she.
The other one was when I was like hitting on Liam hardcore.
Yeah, she asked Liam to marry her.
Yeah, and then we're told him we're getting married.
I'm telling you, 2021 is going to be just a whole lot of fun.
Right, I was about to say, man, that convention is going to be the shit.
It says I got a supercut of that stream I can release, so you do it.
Do it. That you can do that too.
Yeah. Do it.
I'm assuming if you did that, you that's what you used.
Yeah. That would be great to see us because
it was funny because even in the reaction thing, when I got to the howling bit, like the first time I howled, I was like, "Oh, haha, that's funny," and then I kept howling, and I'm like, "Are you serious?" I just kept going.
Yeah, I was like, "We need to end this stream." I was like,
"Yeah."
I was going stream dad, like, come on, guys, we gotta stop. We gotta stop right now.
Yeah, and apparently, from what I'm told, they stopped at the very right moment.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Just to explain what happened, because remember she was on cam. I think she thought she exited out because
I'm pretty sure I turned the screen off and shit.
Yeah, but you did.
Just decided that was it. Yeah.
And she started, and at first I thought like she was getting ready to disconnect because it started spinning. You know how like when EVS like loses connection during the stream, and it went away for, and then it came back, and she was sitting there and she started hiccuping. So like me and Sim and a few other, whoever else was there, we thought she was about to puke, right? She was, and I was like, oh shit, and like Sim said, Piper, go find a trash can, go find something, you're about to puke, and she gets up. And then she takes something off her bed, which is right next to her chair, and puts that on the chair. And then she goes, and I saw her she was grabbing her stomach. I was like, oh, she's about to fucking puke, right? And then she started taking her shirt off. I was like, nope.
Booted her right out of the stream.
I booted her out. I was like, nope.
Oh my god.
Thank goodness, because when I woke up, right? I woke up completely naked. And one of my first thoughts was,
what did I do?
don't remember getting out of StreamYard. That was my first thought, was I don't remember getting out of StreamYard, and I'm fucking butt-ass naked now. I don't know what happened.
I thought the first thought would have been, wow, the neighbor's got a show.
Woo, no, I immediately was like hitting up freaking Discord and Twitter trying to figure out what happened.
The first time she realized something that happened was like she saw because I put a screenshot out and I said this sums up tonight's stream, and it was like Pippert is a shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how that started. And then like I messaged her a little later. I was like, "Can we talk?"
Yeah, and then I thought I was in trouble when you did that. I was like, "Oh shit did go down." Like,
and I had to tell her basically. No, all my thing was, I was saying like, "Hey, nobody saw anything, but this did happen." And I kind of like, and I always tell people this is like, don't think you got to do this for views or anything like that. Because I don't like, it's like it's funny to see like Cecil get drunk or Carl get drunk. But at the same time, I think we're not like of these like, well, they must be drunk to be funny, so they must always like, yes, please destroy your liver so we can, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
No, granted for Cecil, it is kind of his shtick almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want him to like die. So
Cecil has a pretty good tolerance, but at the same time, I don't want him to like, fall over.
Ruin himself. It's a terrible way to go.
A Piper con.
Yep.
See, I need to just rent out like my own panel, or I don't know. I'm gonna do something where it's nothing but just drinking and chatting with me.
Carl, what do you think if we just had Piper's Simpin booth?
That would be a great idea.
A booth? What would it do? Just me drinking and talking to people?
Yeah, Adam Post would be right there.
If he dies, he dies.
He'll be glued there.
Yeah.
I think what will end up happening is that like people will go out that night, and then someone like they'll go to a karaoke bar or whatever, and there'll be like one or two people that get up, and then Piper will get up, and then it'll be over.
There we go. No, you know what? The convention I used to go to was an anime convention. They would have karaoke night at the convention. Mm-hmm. So I would go to the hotel bar first and get all good, and then I would go to that karaoke event thingy. Maybe we should just do that. Make the karaoke part of the convention. Getting toasted is somewhere else, but.
Oh, you say getting all good. You can get warmed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you go back and look at that stream, you could tell it what I always call it like getting warm,
Yeah. That's like right before Pipper is just getting warm.
Pipper got going. You could look at her face and tell she was getting good and warm.
Yeah.
She was really like I said, look a woman really feeling it kind of thing. Like
yeah.
So yeah.
But I do still think there needs to be just a drinking stream with one responsible designated driver stream.
Can you imagine the logistics of this convention next year? Like, there's going to be so much shit that all of us are going to want to see every hour.
Yeah. I know. It's going to be... it's going to be difficult because everybody's going to really want to be at every panel. So you can't schedule panels at the same time.
Yeah.
Really, because everybody's going to want to be at every one, which might actually help scheduling. You never know.
Sure.
Yeah, it's tricky with those shows, especially the big ones. I mean, and from what I understand, they don't want to go super big. They want to do like a ballroom inside of a hotel. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be tighter, but I think we're going to fill that place up fast.
Yeah. I honestly think we need a ballroom might work. You just kind of designate one area of it as being the vendor area, or at least the booth area.
One responsible designated driver, no responsible.
That was great.
That is good. But I know from, just freaking chatting with people, it sounds like the after parties are going to be everywhere and they're all going to be amazing. So you have to choose. Do you want to go to the war campaign after party or this after party or that?
On war campaign, they're already talking about renting a house and getting hookers and shit. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to pick which after party you want to go to.
I think we all know where everyone's going.
True. I'm pretty sure war campaign will have the best after party. The problem is, can they fit everybody that's going to want to be involved? That's the question.
It's going to be
tricky. How long until the fire marshal gets called?
Right, and they definitely aren't going to have enough toilets. So.
There might be some street shitting going on.
If we just do the one ballroom, that is how we can make everybody's panels not clash, because we can just have one stage area or whatever it is, however it's set up, the panel area, and the panels are going on one at a time. You can listen to them while you're looking at the vendors and shit.
Hatch says EVS said those plans might be blown out of the water already. But we have to see how much money is raised. I think this is going to be a big fundraiser.
I really do, because I will definitely forego my car and my tooth to fucking make this happen.
Don't forego your tooth, for Christ's sake. No. I am going to Cecil's party, says Yeah, that would be a good one. Just have a party with Cecil and Piper and Carl. Just just hang out with them for a while.
I invite all of war campaign though, because I don't want the parties to clash.
The best thing for me is I don't have to fork up any money, because I'm the ghost of Cecil past. I'm his date for the whole. He's bought me.
Oh, he bought you? Okay.
Wow.
He's rented me for the whole weekend.
Nice. We still need to do a stream together.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. Like, yo,
I still might eat something, but I'll get another one of those bottles of wine.
after the WC party, the real question is, how long will it take me to make bail?
that should be part of the fundraiser.
That would be a hilarious thing, the whole meme, war campaigns going to jail. It's
not
and
everybody's there.
It's not really well thing. It's because everybody gets fucked up in a war campaign.
It's looking like 3K plus people already. Damn. I'm pretty sure that's way more than a ballroom.
Yeah.
At least for any convention I've been to, that's way more than a ballroom.
Also, you got to include that it's not just like Confiscate people. It's going to be Confiscate.
Yeah, you're getting Fandom Menace and
I've always said, because when they were talking about who to invite and stuff, and then Ethan mentioned, we can invite Vic Mignogna. I said, you're guaranteeing 1,000 people right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's right. So you've got Anime Gate, and you've got Fandom Menace, and you've got Comics Gate.
Yeah.
We're gonna need more than ballroom, I'm pretty sure. Because any convention, the smallest convention I've been to, the ballroom was still the vendor area. The very smallest one I went, the ballroom was the vendor plus artist alley combined.
Yeah. I mean, if you're planning on doing Orlando, I kind of precursorily looked at some places. Obviously, it won't be at the Orlando Convention Center, because that thing's 1 million square feet. There's no need for that.
Yeah.
Way too big.
You just need, what you need is just a really nice hotel that has a lot of the
you need something
rooms for rent.
A nice
what
do you call it? I used to know the term. God damn it! But you know what I'm talking about? Like a nice convention area.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them, they have the ballroom where you put all the fucking vendors and shit, and then you have those separate rooms, the talk rooms, where people.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's all the lobby, and a lot of them have bars and shit. But that's the main thing, is having the bar open all day. It's
going to that is more on the hotel, because they're getting the money for that anyway.
Yeah.
So that would be, where you hang out with other con goers when you're not doing anything specific. But I do think that at least for the first one, we're gonna need. Hold on, you fucking cat! Okay.
You're gonna need the fucking cat?
Yeah, we're gonna need a fuck cat.
She's ready.
We're gonna need at least the ballroom and at least one other room. And the other room can be 2 other rooms is what I think. Ballroom and 2 rooms. One room can be the live stream room. People take turns live streaming from there.
Well, that could just be a section. You know, it had to be a whole room. Yeah.
Well,
That's true. That could be a booth in the ballroom.
From what I've seen,
a panel room, basically.
Well, what I've seen at certain conventions, there's like one in West Palm Beach where they have it. It is sectioned off. It is the whole thing. Is the convention center, but it's like it's divided into certain sections like that. So you'll have like a larger room. You know, they can even slide the paneling to make it, you know, even fucking bigger or tighter. So, I mean,
some of those halls are fucking hotels. Those halls are huge, and they have those giant fucking panel doors that slide across them.
Right.
Yeah.
You could have a lot of. Yeah, I think it's going to be, like I said, it's a good idea to like give everyone over a year to plan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I do think that this year should be the year that he that the fundraiser for it is launched.
Yeah, it's definitely going
so that he can get an idea of how many people.
Yeah.
And plan accordingly in 2021. So I do think the fundraiser should be this year.
It has to be, because for all the guests that he wants to be there, again, like Carl, I mean, you know, that's expensive to fly people from overseas, and it's gonna have to.
We got a lot of overseas. Even our team's got a
Cecil Past he's rented me for the weekend. I'm his.
good.
So Cecil Past has me.
Essentially, he is paying
My daddy
for your room and board and shit to get over here and back. Hell yeah.
Are we gonna see you, or is he gonna keep you locked up in his room?
It depends what we get up to.
Cage.
He takes it easy. That's like basically renting Carl for the
Renting him out. Oh man.
Right. We got the real Cecil that's still handling that Star Wars girl's boyfriend while at the convention.
See, I've never been more psyched about a convention though. Because other conventions I'm psyched because, so and so will be there and I'll get to do such and such and it'll be neat. This convention is the one where I'm so hyped because I'll get to meet my friends in person. My actual friends in person.
Yeah, we all know each other.
Totally different hype. Yeah, it's great.
That's the cool thing about this, man. I think it's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Yeah, I like that. It'll be saving Carl from this guy's basement. Yeah, that's what we're at Carlo Row, and we're gonna have like a mini mystery thing going on to find Carl somewhere in the.
We can do like
we need to get everybody that looks like.
I'm just putting this out there. If something does happen to me, right? If I'm over there and Carl does go missing, go to Row first. Go to Row.
All right, we'll go to Row first.
You'll be really recognizable. I think we should also have a game on a stage or something like that, where Mike Curtis and every one of his lookalikes dresses exactly the same. We have to guess who's who. We have to guess who's who, and if anybody nails it correctly the first time, gets a prize.
Mike Curtis lookalike.
Yes.
Well, I know. First of all, I know what's going to happen with the Carl thing when we go to Row. He'll be like, "All right, we're going to do a scavenger hunt." He's going to make a game out of it.
God damn it!
It's going to be in the title of it. Find the leprechaun.
They'll be like, you got to find potatoes all around the town.
And I promise you, at the convention, I will be at least a tiny bit buzzed because socializing. That's my problem. Unless I bring Lobo with me, that might help.
I think everyone's going to be pretty fucking buzzed.
That's true. Might be both.
And a little bit extra.
Put a GPS tracker on Carl.
Cocaine him.
I want Mike on the same stage as Gil.
All right, then I got 2 things I got to answer. One was it would be great if we could get Vic. I really think we could.
Vic,
because I feel like Vic is that kind of guy that wouldn't be like, no, I need $1 million.
No,
you know what I mean?
He'll want his money, but he won't
Yeah, he'll want some money, but I don't think he will, especially if you tell him about the convention, I don't think he'll ask for like an insane amount.
Yeah.
And then we need to invite actual Gail.
Yeah.
Gail's got to be a stretch goal, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
I see what you did there, Murphy.
Very much.
But do we have to get do we actually have to get a ticket for Gail, like a plane ticket? Can we not just freight ship her in a fucking
Oh, that's like that movie. What is it? Elephant Drop?
Yeah.
I was about to say, well, how
Yeah.
much does it cost to ship zoo animals? Is it cheaper than shipping a person?
Not really, because they do have to be sedated.
Oh, that's true.
I want to hang out with WC and Oppie. Oh.
Who's Opie? Opie
Me.
and Anthony Opie?
I think he meant Opti, but he put a I.
Optimus.
Yeah. Yeah.
People were already talking about oh, who was it? Fuck. Gina having a kissing booth. And it was funny because I was like, well, that stole my goddamn idea. Fuck.
That's transgender and roll out.
Like I said, just have a simping booth. You at the very least, you'll have Adam Post there all the time.
You know, it's cool because a simping booth would be like a kissing booth, but I technically don't have to kiss anybody.
You just like see what here's what you do. Here's what your gimmick is, right? You have your simping booth, and you just like see what people will do to be your simp.
Yeah. Hey.
You know, like
I will make sure my feet are all nice for this convention, though.
Yeah. Everybody wants to see them toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did say at least on the first day of the convention or for a while, I will be running around doing the werewolf shtick.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I have to at this point.
I know you kind of.
There's no way I can't now.
You're completely sold out on that gimmick now, so you can't. Like...
I will run around and do the werewolf thing, but there will be a day where there's so many cosplays I want to try to fit in from so many CG comics that it might be a day where I'm like, all right, from this time to this time, I'm this character. You know, so if you want a picture or whatever with this character.
I gotta say that point out. Skivens Blady says I'd hang out with your boy Zach. It's been said he will not come, but I don't know why, but I have a feeling he could be convinced because
he'll be there.
There's one man who can convince him.
Yeah.
It's not Mark Wade.
Every sim gets 10 minutes to state their case. Piper gets her pick of the litter. I'm trying to make a harem though, which I could call my wolf pack. See, that's a nice name. It's a nice manly-ish name.
So it'd be a Piper Simpin booth, and it's an application for the wolf pack.
Well, application for the wolf
Oh my
pack.
god! I just had this vision. I just had this vision in my head of like 3 o'clock in the morning, Piper walking across the street from a bar with like a group of 10 lads, all wearing like cat ears.
And one of them,
they better be wolf ears. I'm doing it.
And the thing is, Carl should film that whole thing, and he'd be like, and in the next Wenger, the Wing cast, he plays that, and he's like, "This is how this like Adam, this is simping time, you fuck."
But also, Carl should be drunk when he's filming it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna take his fur. He shows up. We're gonna have a ring match that will be pudding, Jello, whatever.
Now we're talking.
Right? And we will find out who the main alpha is.
I'm just picturing Carl's shaky cam, and like from behind the camera, he's like, "Look at these cat ear fucks."
So remember this now in case I forget. Bring wolfy ears and shit.
No, you have to, dude. You have to crown them. That's the point.
Yeah.
You crown.
So okay, so if I'm letting them in the pack, I need to give them wolfy ears.
Yeah, and if you want to really go all out, you could buy like some cheap collars too and put collars on them.
Yes, perfect. In fact, if I can't afford to do the ears, might just stick to the collar.
Why am I picturing Adam Post with all that on him already?
You can see it, right?
I was gonna say the more wolf shit you show up with on at the Simpin booth, the more likely to be in the pack.
He's gonna be sitting on the floor with a collar, a chain attached to her, and just clapping.
I just want, and the thing is, I want like every hour on the hour to, for Wenger to walk up and just like do the whole, it's Adam Post simping time, Adam Post simping time.
Yes. Just catch up with him. Oh
Yeah.
God. You don't have to do the butt plug tails, unless you wanna.
Oh, nice.
I own 2.
And you need to administer wolf milk. No, wait a minute.
Yeah. Wait.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah, I'll find a way. It'll work.
Oh, there's a way.
I'll find a way. It might be back behind the bar, but I'll find a way.
Jeez, What have I got? Yeah, I'm canceling our plans. We're not going.
No, I'm dead serious. I will ship myself in a box to get there. I'm poor as fuck. So
she's gonna be in a smaller box next to Gail.
she'll be in a crate. I'll be in a cardboard box.
We're actually talking about like doing like an RV thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Because
I'm like B.A. Baracus. I ain't getting on no damn plane.
Oh no.
Really?
Which is
What if
funny
we
because
broke
I'm
your milk?
terrified of heights and I'm terrified of flying, but I would get in a plane. But the RV sounds way more fun.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You were gonna say something, Mike Murphy?
My bad.
No, I got nothing, man. Like, this is gonna be the social event of the year. I can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah, like then. So we were just kind of talking about it. We looked at like different RVs and stuff like that. There you go. All aboard.
Exactly. We'll call it the Graded Express. Woo!
Nice.
We even offered as like anybody who's like on the route, because like, the route basically starts in Ohio where Piper is.
Yeah.
And then Evil Bob and Xavier's going to go to Piper, because he's the closest, and then Evil Bob is the only one who has to fly.
He's gonna have to fly a little bit
Because he's a candidate like some degenerate. And so
but if we're able to pool,
Yeah.
if we're able to pool enough money to rent the 10 sleeper RV, then we've got spots to definitely offer other people.
Yeah, we got this. We found this it's one. I think they call it a Class A RV.
Yeah, the one that looks like a bus is a Class A, I think. Yeah.
The one while we were looking at had a fucking bed over the driver's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just want somebody to be. I said I don't care. I want somebody sleeping up there while the person's driving because that'd be funny.
It'd probably end up being me.
It ain't safe, but it's funny.
You're not. Yeah, you're not supposed to be in the beds while it's going, but.
Well, you can be on like the main bed, like the one that doesn't have to fold out or anything.
Probably. Technically, you're supposed to be in all the seats that have seat belts, and you're only supposed to undo the seat belts to move somewhere else and then put on the seatbelt again, kind of like a plane.
Eskimo Phono says, "Pick me up. I'm in NC." Well, brother, guess what? So am I. That'll be the
fucking A.
Ups. Yeah.
That is one of the pickup places.
Yeah.
You just have to. We were talking about that, just doing the human trafficking thing and getting you all and shoving people. We'll put an air mattress back there. It'll be all right.
Can you imagine the drive home where everybody's just quiet, not looking at each other?
Oh yeah, after that.
Right. The ride there is all everybody's pumped, and the ride home is everybody's like, can't wait to get home.
Well, we already
talked about this ever again.
Anybody who wants to meet up, for anybody who's in the southern area, they could just come to where I am. Because I have I have a bit of land, so we could they could park cars and stuff.
I was about to say, anybody that's closer to Optipop goes to the Optipop pickup where they have some safe place to put their cars.
Yeah. Now all I want to see are all the Transformers cars from G1 on his lawn.
Oh, that'd be great, right? I know that anyway. That'd be an everyday thing. But I can already see it, like you're talking about, Carl was talking about, after that, and nobody wants to look at each other. It's when I finally get back home, I just go inside, get my shotgun, till they're ready to get out.
Yeah.
Get in your cars.
And it's going to be I don't even have to say anything. You just say that war campaign after party. This is why. This is why.
Yeah.
The shared shame will be a bonding experience. See?
That's true.
The only one who's going to be smiling continuously and afterwards is going to be Ro.
Yeah.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
That week after the convention, is going to be the quietest YouTube's ever been. Nobody's going to be streaming. We're all just going to be recovering.
Yeah. We'll probably all have hangovers.
Red Gay says Optimus luring unsuspecting people into his house.
All sentient beings.
You see, officer, I was given all of
Ed
these
might
vehicles.
be in if he can get to Optipop. Ed might be in. The one that was trying to say he'll fly us, and I was like, nah.
Well, the thing is
It's not because of him; it's because of planes.
The thing is, what would be a good idea for to meet here would be because my Mamatron and Papa Butt could be able to watch everything while we're
Yeah.
gone. So cool. So Papa
What
Butt.
I will say about meeting in my area is that there are parking spots. There are people that will watch. The downside being there's not that many parking spots, and I live in a shit street, poor people street, because I'm poor.
In the ghetto.
In the ghetto. Yeah. Our street lights don't fucking work, and no matter what we do, we can't get them to fucking fix them. So it's dark back there at night.
I'll be taking plenty of pictures and videos for evidence. Oh,
Perfect. I think a lot of people will.
yeah. It's like I take the airplane. I asked my dad if he'd go with me to Orlando. Hey, make it a
Being
family.
from Louisiana, I've gone to Florida a few times, but not flat out Orlando. I'm not I've not been to any Disney bullshit, even though I lived in California for a year. I've never been to any of that.
We already know somebody in the Orlando area, so
yeah, that helps.
And it's good because this could be the irresistible force meeting the immovable object situation because we have the war campaign, which are internet gay, right?
Oh,
and then we have Cab.
Do you think we're going to be able to bring Cab?
We're going to bring Cab.
Oh, we're dragging Cab. Hell yeah.
We're dragging Cab because I want to see internet gay versus gay thrusted upon him.
But it's still internet gay thrusted upon him. But he had to take all of the gay, whereas War Campaign just to split it up.
Yeah, War Campaign, they split up their gay.
Yeah.
Right? We've, with Cab, I don't know. His name is Soul of Cab on Twitter. He's a fledgling artist. He's a good guy. He comes on the show every once in a while, and we have a good time, and he wiles out and have a good time. And he is what we call, we say we've taken all the gay manifested in our groups, and we've thrusted it upon him, right? So for example, one day he's, we'll say, yeah, you're gay, haha. He's like, well, I guess I'll have to go suck this dick,
Yep. Yeah, he's just like, all right, guess I gotta go be gay for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, one time he the best quote he ever said was he said, I swear to God, the next person who calls me gay, I'm gonna suck this dick.
And you know what's great is that was one of the first things I saw from Cab.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I started following Cab shortly before that, and one of the first things that popped up on my feed that was from Cab that I knew this was Cab was that.
I mean, Cab a fucking legend, and nobody knows who he is. No, he's got quite a few followers. He's got some intermingling.
Oh no, he pisses me off. Okay, because I've been granted, I got depressed and then I stopped drawing for a couple of years now.
Yeah,
so I'm just starting back up. But what kills me is apparently Cab was like, man, there's some money in that. I should start drawing shit. And he's already 10,000 times better than I am. And I've been drawing since I was oh my God.
He decided at 30, 34. I'm just going to start drawing.
I'm going to start drawing.
Yeah.
And he is already better than I am after freaking
really yeah. That's
30 years.
Do you know that artist Travis Charest? He worked at Wildstorm and all that shit. He's one of those guys. It was the same deal. He was fuck, I forgot what his job was. Oh man, I forgot what it was. But he found somebody's old comic books in an attic. He was doing some kind of housework or some shit, and he sat down and just started drawing. And it's just it just came to him. He was already an adult, right? And he draw like that out of nowhere, never picking up a pencil before.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy how some people they just have it, don't even know it.
That pisses me off. Mine is definitely one of those having to work for it situations.
Yeah, because he went from he decided to draw this lady boy, right? And I'm not kidding.
Dude, man,
just this guy who played as a lady boy with cat ears and stuff like that. And he said, "I'm gonna try to draw," and he drew it, and it was for a first attempt, all right. And then he's started drawing other things, and he's slowly gotten better, And it's just funny because I think he drew Piper one time.
Yep.
And,
nice.
And so he started going around people started getting a little. They're like, "What?" Because he said, "I just saw Piper's wiener, y'all."
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So people started questioning for a while. Hey guys, is Piper transgender? Because this cam guy.
I am a little bit miffed that it fucked up people's perception of me instead of them questioning him. They didn't question him. They questioned me.
That sounds like a lawsuit.
Piper's like, hey, they're going to talk like, what's going on? Like, it's like,
no, see, what's cool? What's cool is he, I am pissed because he is better at me than drawing, but at the same time, he's drawn cool pictures of me, and that's gotten customers for for the reference pictures. That
he did a concept art for one of our characters for a company.
And yeah, he's done that, and apparently I was helpful in that too. So that's fun because I'm like, hey, that character's boobs. They're mine.
Yeah, they're model. Yeah, that was funny. It was model. Let's see if I can find.
You get claim to them titties.
Yeah. Yep. I should get partial something.
Royalties.
I don't know. Yeah, for them titties. I'm kidding. I get paid in comic books.
I'm now accepting funds on in-demand. Please.
Oh, yeah. So here's his concept.
There we go. That chick.
Nice.
My titties are the reason that she has those titties.
And Carl, I'm just letting you know Carl, that's not reference to you. I didn't even know who you were when I.
yeah.
But the AI in our
Carl stands for shit.
I thought this was me being like when I transform.
Oh, you become a brain inside of a submarine? Is that what?
Oh no, then nice lady.
I missed my.
Yeah, this is your conversion essentially.
This is my fursona, my transpersona. She needs my mustache and goatee, but I mean everything.
Oh shit, that's fucking cool.
You said uh-oh, so I gotta.
Uh-oh, yeah. I'm sitting here going, man, I'm sad that my phone died. I can't fucking do this. Looks like a fucking werewolf in an Iron Man suit. What the fuck?
What are you doing now?
I'm looking at Twitter shit.
See,
that's my fault. I tagged her in a werewolf.
Yeah, dude. It looks like Tony Stark werewolfed out right while he was trying to wear the Iron Man suit. Like that's awesome. Anyway, yeah, it was funny because I talked to Cab about this picture, and I'm like, well, the chick looks so not like me that I can't envision how my boobs helped. And then he flat out showed me this is how your boobs helped show how boobs realistically, would sit on a chest. And I was like, oh, I'm helping.
Yeah, never underestimate a pair of beautiful tits. Sometimes that's what I start with. I start with the tits, and then I work around it. I'll do titties, and then I'll do a background, then I'll do the figure.
I have done that before. I'm like, I'm going to start with what I know. And then draw out to the stuff that I'm bad at.
like these boobs inspired this amazing piece.
Ray Cornball says hot oscilloscope.
Just want to remind everybody, I am super excited that despite everything, this stream has stayed pretty consistent on viewers.
Yeah.
Gone up to 75. The lowest has been 60, which is fucking cool. Yeah. Anybody that hasn't subscribed yet really should, because this is only Pipper Lever drunk.
Pipper Lever?
Lever drunk. Exactly.
It's a lever, guys.
And it doesn't help I'm missing a tooth right now. I can't talk. No, it's not sleepy time yet. I'm doing good.
And the camera isn't on.
I'm gonna.
The camera's not on. We're good.
Jeez, Piper, please let me leave. I haven't been able to get a good clean out because
My bad.
Stop talking.
Okay. Well, you and I and Cecily need to talk about a stream. I'll tell you that.
Totally,
There's that. Yeah.
Let the wee lad sleep.
Yes, definitely. You can go to bed. Definitely, yes.
Go ahead, Carl.
Hey, brother.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, man. You have a good one.
Later, Carl.
Goodbye.
All right. I know he's been waiting.
There's Xavier. Yeah.
He's been waiting like an hour.
Pipper, I
I
miss my family.
family.
Please let me leave.
I just saw it. Turn the camera on.
Vinny,
Piper.
introduce
No,
you.
I'm having no.
Piper.
So they
Sorry.
Vinny introduced you to Xavier. He's our other co-host on.
Yeah.
Hey, Xavier.
See ya, Finn.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, I think Murphy's already met him before. So.
Of course.
Oh yeah. He's been on my channel a couple times.
Yeah.
So, Mike, when are we getting our God's books in color?
Yeah, late June, early July, man.
There you
Frick yeah. Thank God I don't have to show everyone Ultra Force. I don't know if you saw this earlier in chat, but I said if we don't get God's Fear Me to 10K, we're doing nothing but Ultra Force all next week. And you know I'm crazy enough to do it. And immediately it hit 10K. Like, all right, you guys are safe for now.
You see, though, that Carl still hasn't hit that highest grossing in Ireland yet.
Yeah.
One of them ones that starts with I.
One of those ones. What's the other ones?
Italy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very good. You got any more? Iceland?
I was about to say, give me a moment. No, that was changed. It used to be Istanbul.
No, it's Constantinople.
Now it's Constantinople.
What?
It was
it
was Constantinople.
Oh, now it's Istanbul. See, I knew one.
Plus, it's a city in a.
I knew one that wasn't Ireland. I mean,
Istanbul's
Italy.
Israel.
Yeah, but fuck that one.
Whoa!
I'm kidding. India's pretty fucking cool.
Piper anti-Semitic over here. Fucking.
I've been drinking. Iran, the troops in Iran.
I forgot about the troops in Iran.
I was gonna say anyway. He is not.
Hold on. I'm getting another message from my friends in the military. Mm-hmm. I think this might be from the troops in Iran. It says, "Shut up about us."
Quit telling everybody what we're doing.
Quit telling everybody we're here.
By the way, screw you, Doug, you idiot. Why are you telling people we're here?
Iraq.
Yes, Iraq, Iran. Yeah, there's quite a few.
Yeah. All of them start with I over there.
Greenland does not start with an I, channel 0X, but the Eastern Roman Empire also doesn't start with it.
Does not start with I.
In the old alphabet, maybe it does. Jehovah starts with an I. Shut up.
Shut up.
I like this. What did the Jews do to you? Well, I used to have a job.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've done.
Everybody.
Shit has been done.
Pipper, stop it.
I'm stopping.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. No. All I was saying was shit has been done to me.
Sweetie, eat your salad.
Yeah, we told her she's gonna have to start having a rice bowl.
You know what? I think I might still have to do that. I ate pizza. I'm not supposed to eat pizza.
What the fuck?
But I ate pizza before I started drinking.
What's wrong with pizza?
There's nothing wrong with pizza. Oh, she's just got
Indonesia. That's a good one. Yes. Fuck yeah. They're pretty cool.
Eat your salad. That way your mouth is doing something other than running.
God, I thought I was bad.
I'm sorry, but if I eat salad, that means my ass is running. So.
Well, one will give you less trouble.
What kind of dressing are you putting on that?
Ranch, I'm American.
Balls.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Land. I'm American, so obviously it's ranch.
Hey, you know what's funny? You were showing off Through the Woods, but City of Venus is the one that's making the sales.
God damn it!
Well, let me go get a City of Venus.
That was hilarious.
The Pippert is close because I have I'm almost drank a 6-pack of bottles. So
Pippert is close. I sense her presence.
Pippert is close, but not here.
I feel her moving. Ah!
Sounds like the camera's got to go on.
Piper, if you have hate in your heart, let it out. They won't let me. They won't let me tell y'all what happened.
They won't let me tell me. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm getting drunk. You won't like me when I'm drunk.
This fucking robot won't let me tell y'all.
Yeah, Pipper's here.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Pipper. I think Pipper has arrived. We need to.
No, I already. Downcast 2 has less than 2 hours left. Maybe we should hop over there real quick.
Well, I wanted to show City of Venus because.
Of course. Yes. I'm just saying. Before we're done, maybe we should hop on that and look at it.
I'm actually on the Downcast campaign as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I did a piece for him.
Oh, nice. Well, we'll check it out.
Sober Piper deleted.
Yeah, but
I got bounced in a
I
few
have a
minutes.
copy of City of Venus. Well, I have 2 copies. One on the Pipper over here.
I told you I get paid in comics.
Pretty much. I mean, how else? I mean, I ain't got.
It works for me. I am not unhappy with that deal. No. Why is Pipper being censored?
Like the chat got. I remember the chat got mad at me earlier tonight because they thought I was actually mad at you for.
Right? That is so awesome. Having boobs is like the tits.
Good night, everybody.
Can't argue with that. Having boobs is like the tits.
Yeah, we might as well just go out on that because nothing else we say is going to top that.
Yeah, it will. We're fine. We'll go. We got
But
it.
it said we should move this stream to Porto.
Bow chicka bow wow.
What's that site that's like got the AI, like the AI lewd thing?
Chatterbait.
Chatterbait. Yeah, and then we go there. What if we compete with the lewd bot?
Fuck it, let's interview the lewd bot.
Oh shit!
I don't know how we can.
That would be more exciting than Pocket Pussy.
Oh yeah, Pipper here will be like, "Can you do this?" And we'll do something crazy, and then the bot will do it, and Pipper will realize that she's losing more jobs.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No. Piper needs her own show where she gets drunk and tells us how she really feels. You know what's funny is my personal channel was supposed to be
that.
Yeah, kind of. Me getting drunk and reviewing weird shit. Was originally supposed to be my adventures, basically. Was doing and reviewing, rather, weird shit.
By the way, and this, I want to say this flyer that with it is gorgeous.
Oh, thanks.
Look at
man.
that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I put it in the book too. I have the actual all the line work in there, and then the full painted piece, like side by side, which is pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys love like post-apocalyptic stories, this one's set into the far future, hot chicks, I mean,
Even
this,
just like this when I was reading it and I saw this chick, I'm like, doing my evil Bob over here.
Hot chicks wander the wasteland in search of the legendary lost dick that still wanders. They will fight for it. They're willing to die for it.
They're attractive, but they're not really thick. That lady, though.
Yeah, she's one of the bad guys, but she's hot too.
Yeah.
She kind of gives me that Baroness feel, you know.
Nice. Yeah, I put a little bit of everything that I like, in design and cool shit that I grew up with too. But yeah, this story has a lot going on in it. To start to do a pitch now, I'm half asleep, so it's not gonna come out right.
Do it. I'm fucking. I drank a fuck ton of beer. You're good.
Are you over there pimping the channel you don't post content to?
No, actually, I said this channel is where most of my shit will go to. My channel is only for shit that doesn't make sense to be on Graded 0.5.
I was like,
okay, hold up before we do the shillings and all that stuff.
Yeah, look at that ass.
I mean, that's some of the artwork that's in the.
Yeah. Also, look at them abs, man. That dude's hot.
fucking centaur dick.
Yeah, the centaur Piper. What's the...
Oh, that might hurt a little bit, but still.
He's half horse, yeah.
Before we get to that, let me.
I'm a Sagittarius, so this works.
Throw this up here. Gods fear me. $10,340 tonight.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Mike has to go in a couple minutes. So want him to get the.
We gonna look. Yeah.
Accept
Greatly
your crown
appreciated.
from the kingmakers here.
Yeah, we are awesome.
You certainly are, and everybody listening that backed us tonight, thank you as well.
I can't do camera on because I actually cried today. I have no makeup on, and I look like a person that cried today and chewed on her lip because that's what I do when I'm anxious. Yeah.
Now that we're done with that, Mike Murphy.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, seriously, I gotta bounce, but tonight was amazing. It's always great hanging out with all you guys, and I can't wait till next time. And again, thank you so much.
Yeah, man, congrats, Mike. Well deserved.
Yeah, great job.
It was fun.
And also, give our love to Selena.
I will.
Yes.
Tell her we're rooting for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can do.
All right, you have.
All right, you guys have a good one. Later.
Good night.
Bye.
That's amazing.
It is, right? I didn't think. I was like, I said, because I asked him to come on, I said, it'd be really cool if that thing got to 10K tonight.
For sure. He's such a great guy too.
Yeah,
I always love chatting with him. And
Dude, huge props to the one finally going after the schemes and scams tier.
Right.
That's
awesome.
It's been up there a few months, so it was great.
I still can't.
That person is the true kingsmaker right there.
I still can't believe I posted that threat in chat and then it was immediately funded.
Well, I want to see Cyberforce. Let's be honest.
Ooh, look at her booty. She cute.
Yeah, she's nice looking.
Yeah, she cute.
That's the art book that he was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a fart out of her ass.
Wow. I'm the one drinking right now.
I think I would.
We don't know what Xavier's been doing while he was waiting that hour.
I could say I would definitely grind on her and make out with her in a bar. For sure.
Hell yeah. I think we'd all like to see that.
Right, I was gonna say that's about as bi as I get right there.
Yeah, that was one of the many Alice pieces that I had done.
Hell yeah.
Shrunk it in a bottle. But this the art book has just a bunch of cool stuff in it. Pinups, superhero.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a ton. But that's pretty much a listing of like all the books that I had released last year.
At that time, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like 7.
How many are you planning to do this year?
I got the hardcover is the first one.
Yeah.
Then I have a pirate story I've been working on. It's been in development for like 2 years now, on and off in between other work. But I'm going to be launching that. I think around summertime.
Okay.
Somewhere around there, and then I'm going back to City of Venus too.
So at the very least, 3 campaigns.
Yeah, at the very least, because I'm juggling a few things right now too. With work outside of comics,
right?
Which I want to push that completely away so I can focus just on comics. But campaigns have to keep doing better, and then I can push away that other work and focus on this stuff.
That's right. I mean, that's kind of.
What was your goal here? You're in demand now, right?
Yeah.
What was the goal on this one?
I think I just it was just to cover printing and shipping.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is awesome already, then, dude.
But that's what. Yeah, I kept this one in demand. I mean, I had to reorder this book twice already. I every time I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll close it out. Then I get like pretty good bumps. I'm like, all right, I'll keep it going.
yeah. I mean, it's like especially with the way I see Mixum does printing and stuff. It works out.
Yeah, their turnaround time is amazing.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it's good to have these continuously out there. I mean, because it's keeping more attention on my other campaigns as well. Because this has been out there so long, that's why they kept clicking on my name or to see my other campaigns, and they were asking about Through the Woods. And again, that's the other reason why I decided to launch like a collected version of it. It's 'cause fans wanted it. I'm like, fuck yeah, we're gonna do it. And we're doing even better. Like I said, it was never supposed to be a hardcover. It was just an idea for a stretch goal, and now that's what it is. That's what the main book is going to be.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait. And I'm looking into the pirate one now too, because because it's gonna be more of an oversized book. City of Venus is like the thinnest book that I have, which again is still a little bit more than your standard comic.
Yeah.
Like front cover to back cover is 32 pages. So yeah, I mean it's still a great book. The quality, I mean, you could attest to that. The thickness on every page, the cover alone, it's like a nice piece of cardboard with like this gloss, beautiful reflection on it. Yeah, it's definitely a premium comic for sure.
Yeah, and that's like the beauty of it, like most of the books that I've gotten so far is I've gotten Cyberfrog. I've got 2 Cyberfrogs, which is the the team up cover, and Asylum Android. I got the original cover coming soonish. Then I got your books, and then I got Gorilla. And the one thing I can say is they're all quality.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I got my copy of Six Gun Gorilla as well. I haven't read it yet. I'm dying to, but I just haven't had time.
Yeah, that's my thing, man. It's like I just wanted. Like I read through some of it today, just because it was like for here it was like a snow day kind of thing. Couldn't do anything else, so it's like I'll just read it.
Right.
So it was like, and like I said, and just from that's what you don't get at Marvel, DC, buying it off the shelf kind of thing. You don't get quality like that,
No, you don't. Because, well, this is what I always talk about too when I'm on my stream. It's about the passion. That's why I have creators on all the time. A few times I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do like one creator spotlight. I end up pulling up 7 or 8 different campaigns.
Yeah,
it's because I care too, man. I want to see everybody succeed. This is what it's all about. That's why I'm really happy that Malin did that video today. It's
that kind of like I think that kind of I wouldn't say nobody was like worn down or anything, but it kind of like sparked people back to life, kind of thing. Like
it lit a little more of a fire again.
Yeah.
See, and I get it too, because at the very first I was like, well, I just want to be in indie comics, So I was like, I totally agree with Comicsgate, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like I'm a comic skater at first. And then Ren decided I was one, so I found out who my friends were. And I was like, well, fuck it. I am a comic skater completely then.
Because that's the big thing too. I think Malin, I don't think he maybe didn't mention it today, but he did mention it before. It doesn't matter what you try to, like, after you've made that proclamation, it doesn't matter what you do after the fact. You'll always be that.
Yeah. I mean, I still want to support indie comics in general.
Yeah. Well,
it's just that I'm more prone to trust in Comicsgate indie comics.
Yeah, exactly.
To not shit on me later after I give them my money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, right? We're building a great community. We seriously are. Seeing familiar names in chats all the time on everyone's different streams, and all this kind of cross promotion that we're doing. It's not just promotion. We are building friendships. There's something that is going to last. That's why someone like Mike, he wasn't able to stay in it, Smiller, because he wanted to still be part of the bigger companies. He wanted his little clique.
Yep.
And that's what a lot of like these antis that went over on that side of the Christian coalition, or whatever you want to call them. All their nonsense is kind of like based off of that. They hate. No, we don't. No. We're all becoming friends. You are the guys who are a bunch of like sore losers type of thing
and things like that. Yeah.
Sod safe us.
Yeah, Sod safe us.
It's idiotic, man, and childish.
Yeah, I just want to address there. It says, Piper was internet friends with Ren. No, she was not internet friend, but Ren went after Piper at one point.
Ren went after me and kept tagging this is Comicsgate or whatever. And kept saying I was a comic skater, and I'm like, I tweeted the tag once forever ago as a joke, saying that Comicsgate was going to be the next thing after Gamergate. Forever ago. And I was like, after that, I started to see the split. But even at that point, I was just, I'm just more interested in indie comics now than anything else. And that was about where I sat. But Ren decided I was flat out Comicsgate, and I kept getting, trashed and attacked for months for being an example, apparently, of Comicsgate, to the point where I was like, strangers were coming out. People I didn't know at the time were like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're a piece of shit. Why are you doing this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I made friends just from people coming to try and help. So by the end of it, I was like, all right, fuck it. I am Comics Gate then.
Yeah.
You just appointed a brand new member of this hashtag or whatever.
She should be proud of herself.
Yeah, I was like, all right, you just pushed
You just
another
pushed
person to pick to be in a group because I didn't want to pick a group. I wanted to, when my stuff did come out, I wanted to appeal to a large audience.
Don't you find it funny?
And at first I was like, well, I don't want to pick a group because that won't do that.
Well, don't you find it funny? And didn't Donald DeLay went through the same thing, right? He was like, his whole thing was like, yo, the stuff you guys are saying about Zach is not true. That was it. That was what got him. That's when they said, oh, he's Comics Gate. He said, well, fuck it, I guess I am then.
Right? And technically, Peter Simeti went through a mild version of that. He managed to come out going, no, I'm pro indie comics. But at the same time, he was like, but I'm not pro you assholes.
Exactly.
So, that worked out. I was already like, I'm pro CG then. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
And so then the new attack became Piper's Piper's war campaign, Piper's not war campaign, Piper's war campaign, Piper's not war campaign.
Right, and isn't that what a lot of this shit is? It's that nonsense of they're using those trolls like Ren, the big companies, and they want the attacks to happen because they're hoping that we'll all disappear or fight amongst one another and then it'll all end. That's not what's gonna fucking happen because
exactly. Someone in the chat, I made so many friends because Ren did that.
Yeah.
And what's even better than that is well, you know what? I fucking forgot. So
let me say this. The thing is with what Ren, Ren going after people, even now with Mike, Smiller and Methwin and all those guys, is that when I don't think, well, with Ren, absolutely she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's just the type of person she is. With those other two, I don't think they realize that they're actually, as they, you ever heard the term separating the wheat from the chaff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what Comics Gate is going through now. And that's why I love the Malin video, because I think that's going to further show, all right, are you wheat or are you chaff?
Mm-hmm.
Because let's get down to brass tacks. Are we going to go at this full bore and not be oh well I'm kind of maybe a little bit I just want to come in and make some money and then get the fuck out? No. Are you that, or are you ready to go full board? Grab that fucking oar and let's row.
Yeah. Well, and that's why he kept saying that Vinny is Comics Gate to the bone, to the core. He knows I am because he's heard me bitch about everyone and anyone. I have no qualms about telling my story. All these motherfuckers who screwed me over, ripped me off, traced over my work. Fuck them. Why would I have to protect them? I don't have to protect shit. I have to protect me. They fucked me over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I started developing my own stuff. I wasn't a computer colorist. I was straight up penciler. And when he traced over my shit, and I see these other big names doing the same fucking thing. There's been at least 4 or 5 big names in the comic book industry who have traced over my work.
Yours alone. I was going to say one thing that started to annoy me when I was still into the big name comics was noticing that artists were flat out tracing other artists.
Yeah.
Noticing that this comic I'm reading right here has identical panels to this comic I read over here. They just changed the character's skin tone and costume.
Or in the most egregious examples, they trace over the first Google image result search.
Of course. They don't give a shit because their heart's not in it at all. They don't give a fuck. See, people who are trying to get in, they're hungry. If you don't have that hunger anymore, then everything becomes fucking flat and boring. That's why I rather work on my own characters. I've always wanted to always work on my own shit. That's why my brother and we've developed like a world of fucking different things. This city of Venus has been sitting there for years, and I've been developing it over and over the years, like right out of high school. So it's not something that's just, oh, I want a quick idea to try to make some money. No, this fucking story has been in the works for a while.
Yeah.
It's, in between freelance work and other things, I keep developing all different projects everywhere because I have a plan for all my books to get out there. I want things out there. I'm a storyteller and an artist. That's what I am to the core.
Yeah.
If I become, if I start to get good money out of it, that's amazing. I prefer that because I don't want to work on other people's shit anymore. I've made millions for so many. For Todd, I made that guy millions and millions of dollars. What was I getting? I was getting a regular paycheck. There's a difference.
See, that was things I was learning that started turning me away too. Was just, I feel like the writer is just as important as the artist.
Yeah.
At least those two right there are important.
Yep.
The artist goes off of what the writer says, plus the writer makes the dialogue, but at the same time, the artist's skills help illustrate what's going on.
There should be a proper collaboration.
Yes.
Because it's a vision that two people have to put together, or more if there's a couple of different writers or whatever, or the creative team. In my case, most of it has been either by myself or with my brother. So, but like City of Venus is all me. I have a couple of other projects. The Pirate one's going to be all me as well. Then he's got a couple of really amazing stories that I didn't even touch, but I'm going to be developing the characters and drawing those books as well. Like we have a lot of cool shit that's going to be coming out that I've been working on in between other things on and off. City of Venus was also, I was doing Through the Woods and City of Venus at the same time. It's you got to keep getting shit out there. You got to keep creative. You got to keep that energy up and high. That's
because as Liam says, it's a work, marriage, teamwork, that kind of thing. And I think you can tell when you read something how passionate somebody is about something. You can tell when it's just the writer that's passionate, but not the artist.
Yep.
You can tell when the artist is passionate, but not the writer.
Yep.
You can definitely tell when both of them are in sync.
Yeah.
And those produce the best shit.
Yeah. And it's funny too, because when I was talking with Liam, like the first night that I ever talked to him, it's funny too, because we actually did meet years ago when I was living in New Jersey and New York, and he was too, and he didn't even know. I'm like, we had a conversation in a fucking famous comic store in New York.
Oh shit.
But when we were talking though, I had mentioned and I brought up my pirate story, and he's very honest. He's like, yeah, I don't think pirate stuff is going to work anymore. He goes, I think the Johnny Depp movies and all that kind of ruined it.
But that's exactly what you need is the partner that will actually that won't sugarcoat shit,
right?
Butter you up for a paycheck.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, but I showed him a couple of my pages, and he goes, Vinny, I'm sorry, I think I'm wrong.
Oh, that's nice.
So, I mean, and that's the thing, right? You don't know what you're even gonna like until you start to see what's happening. Yeah. When you see someone's passion that went into these pages or into a story, and that's the cool thing. That's why a lot of these campaigns are taking off. Why they're doing so well, because we're bringing something. We're bringing our heart and soul to every single thing that we fucking do. And we're giving it back.
When I was younger, I remember the two things that I thought was like, and this is me being ignorant, right? I thought like one of the cool. I wanted to write for GamePro. Remember GamePro?
Yeah, I remember, the magazine.
Yeah, I wanted to write for GamePro, and then when I discovered comics, I said I wanted to write X-Men, right? Because I loved X-Men.
Yay! So you're similar childhood.
Yeah, and then I after reading about, especially coming up and growing up and stuff, and realizing how shit games journalism is.
Yeah.
It's like they don't give a shit about the work. All they care about is the swag. You know? Shit like that. And then when a dude gives a real review, I don't know if you ever heard of what was his name? God bless. He worked for GameSpot. But he gave it. Huh?
Gertzman.
Yeah. Jeff Gertzman. He gave an honest fucking review of a game, and then they fucking fired him and changed his review score.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
they were-
Kane and Lynch 2, and their whole website was just plastered in Kane and Lynch marketing materials.
Yeah, and he gave it like I think it was like a 65 or something like that.
It was bad.
Yeah, and then they fucking fired him, changed a couple of words in it, and gave it like an 80.
Yeah, change the number. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were paid. They were paid by the video game company.
Yeah, like how dare you give an honest review, kind of thing. You know, it's like.
But right, isn't that what this is? There's just a lot of these industries are just it's fucking smoke and mirrors. They push the wrong things. Like I said, even when I was screwed over, I had Joe Kubert take my samples and go, "We're gonna get you a job. You're amazing." And I didn't go to his school. I never went to the Kubert school. I ran into him in New York. He saw the pages. He's like, "Holy shit, you know, you're too good. We got to give you a job." And he passed my fucking work over to Casada, and he fucking traced it. Who does that? That's somebody with no face. Someone just fucking pure piece of shit.
That's some annoying fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Right there.
I mean, yeah, and I've told the story too.
Tracing somebody's flat out artwork just.
Yeah. Like I said, had I known, because I told the whole story in detail in a few different places, but yeah, I ran into him at a toy fair, and I didn't know at that point that he had traced over my work. But he was the guest of honor, and he was giving away his shitty fucking comic book, his Daredevil one, Sins of the Father, and it was sitting right there, the fucking work. And he was shaking like a leaf when he was looking through my work because he recognized the pages.
Yeah, dude.
And he left immediately.
Yeah, I bet. Ooh.
You know, because it was me and one of my other brothers, and you know, I had like a good 20 pounds of muscle on me back then.
Nice.
He was shitting his pants. And yeah, and he fled. And the people who were there were like, you know, we paid him all this money to be a special guest. Where the fuck is Joe? And he took off. I found out when I got home because I said, let me grab one of these shitty books, you know. And I looked at it.
So you found out why he took off.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And I told the story when Cecil was on my live stream. So if anyone goes to Vinny Art, if you guys want to see the stream, I told it in great detail. He was laughing his ass off. I was like, "Oh my god!" If you turned around and picked up that book, I said, "Oh yeah," he would have been picking up his teeth off the fucking ground.
Ooh, man, I was about to say, Squall Shade says, Optimus, we need to change the industry from the base. What I think Comicsgate is doing is pretty much saying, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
We don't like your comics anymore. We're making our own comics industry over here. Y'all can do whatever. We're going to do what we want over here.
Liam had a good, way of putting it. Instead of trying to tear down their castle,
and
change their castle, we'll just build our own castle.
And it'll be a nicer fucking castle.
Yeah.
If everybody's happy, everybody's fucking happy. I mean, fuck it. I don't pay attention to what happens to Marvel and DC as much as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, you know what? I stopped liking your comics. I'm no longer a customer. I don't give a shit anymore because there's this shit over here that's grabbing my interest.
Absolutely.
The only time I think about Marvel and DC is when they do something stupid. Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
That was when Nick Fury was white. That was one thing I didn't mind was changing Nick Fury because his race didn't determine his character really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one I didn't mind. When you race somebody that their race where they are kind of has to do with their backstory. It's kind of important.
When you become Samuel Jackson, that's pretty much a net plus.
Yeah, I was kind of like, that's fine. That's a plus. I'm good. But it also didn't really affect his character that much.
In the main Marvel, I always said, they should keep him the same there. But for the movies and for the Ultimates, that was fine.
But
I will be right back again. Y'all have fun.
with regards to our castle over here, I mean, we got pretty much all the things that they've got over there. Ours are a little bit smaller right now, but they're still shiny. You know, we've got our creatives, and we're pumping out creative shit all the fucking time. We've got our muckrakers that are just sitting there. What's the hottest drama? What's the goofy shit that everyone's talking about? We've got our promoters. We got guys like us. We're doing interviews. We're getting people's work out there, and pretty much the same as over there, except that our shit is it's still shiny.
And that's the thing is that we all care. They don't care anymore. That's the problem. That's the problem with them. That's why fuck them.
Yeah.
I enjoy creating. I enjoy talking to other creators. People like-minded. You guys are always awesome. I mean, because we're all in it together. We're having fun. This is escapism. This is entertainment. This is what it should be about.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like, for the longest time, I knew I wanted to write stuff all the way back to high school. I had no idea how the fuck I was going to make any money off of it or get it published or get it out there for anywhere. It wasn't until a couple years ago that I thought, okay, let's write a book and see about getting it published. I still have no idea how I'm going to fucking do that. Really wasn't until comics case started coming together, like, oh, you could just fucking do this yourself. You don't have to go through a fucking publisher. You don't have to kiss somebody's ass to get some contacts to maybe get your shit picked up. You just do it yourself and do it the way you want to do. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Like I said, I enjoy being a storyteller. That's what I care about. I like making cool things, stuff that I haven't seen in a while, or shit even in general.
Exactly. That's what I love doing. Nobody's telling the kind of stories I want to read anymore.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Yeah,
I'll get the ball rolling, and then if I tell a good one, other people want to tell stories like that too, and then I'll have some shit to read.
Yeah, because here's the other thing too, right? A lot of people, they say, "Oh, there's not enough like superheroes in Comicsgate and stuff." You know what? I have superhero characters as well. Right now, I don't want to tell those stories because I think at the moment there is too much superhero shit out there in general, and I think a lot of people are getting bored of it. They're seeing it all over the big screen. That's one thing, but then when they go to the comics itself, something isn't translating anymore because the mainstream doesn't care about what they're doing, so it's just watered down stories, and they come up with these little stupid, scenarios that don't lead to anywhere. Right? They all fizzle out. I rather tell something cool and different, like City of Venus too. They're not superhero characters, but there's sci-fi in there. There's action. There is a deeper story. I have so many different threads coming out of City of Venus because at first glance people think it's a zombie book. It's not a zombie book. There's a lot more going on. The city that's floating in the sky behind, that alone, there's so much intrigue that's in there. The people who have read it, I've had them ask me, like, what is going to happen? I mean, there is a lot going on. Like, they weren't expecting it because I kind of throw the reader right into the action from the beginning because I want to do something different with the storytelling, But I'm also showcasing beautiful women. Yeah, I got no problem doing that. But there's a reason why there is a certain look to the book. There's a reason why the main character is dressed like that. I'm going to be addressing all of that stuff. I'm going to show how that floating city got in the sky. I never see that. I mean, you've seen it in anime and other places. They never really talk about why or how that happened. I'm going to actually show it in my book.
That's cool. No, I dig that.
I'm excited about that kind of thing. And the pirate one, I'm going more real world with it. I mean, a lot of people, they want to go super fantastical, but I have certain elements that's going to be in there. That's obviously going to be, fun to look at and read, and not necessarily totally realistic, but it's going to work in the context of the story. Because again, I want to tell a fun story that I think people are really going to dig.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, getting kind of in there.
It's getting late.
2 a.m. now. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you so much, Vinny, for popping in.
Man. Thanks for the invite.
Having a great.
That was awesome.
Sorry it took so long, Xavier, to get you in, but it is what it is. Had a full night. But yeah, so guys, y'all have a good one. We will see you Monday. I'm sure there'll be some crazy stuff going on that we'll talk about because that's usually what happens.
Most of the crazy happens on the weekend, man.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have a good one. We will see you then, and until then, y'all have a good
later. Have a good night, everybody.
There.
Bye-bye.